Hey y'all, hey y'all, hey, happy Saturday. Hey everybody. Hey, child. This is a mess. Listen, y'all know normally I don't come on my channel and bring up the celebrity gossip. I save that for the Patreon. But we are gathered here today to figure out what the hell Dr. Wendy and her 4 degrees were thinking. Okay. Like, what were you really thinking? Let me speak to y'all. Hey, Sheila. Hey, Douglas. Douglas says insurance fraud is serious. I was an investigator for a very large insurance company in the 90s, and my max was 15 to 100K, and folks did jail time. Ooh, wee. Hey, Katie. Hey, Chocolate Cherry. Hey, Rock MC. Hey, Jazzy. Hey, Gloria Boss. Hey, Maudupe. Hey, Jimmy. Hey Child Cole, hey No Nonsense. She said, when I heard yesterday, I immediately went to Patreon to see if Misha had made a video. I did. I went live on Patreon yesterday at 3 o'clock. We stayed on there right until almost time for Bell Collective. But for some reason, it didn't save. All right. Hey, the Kings, Queens. Hey, Miss Easy Bar. Hey, Miss Brown Sugar. Hey, Miss AKA Ren. Hey, Makeup Addict. Hey, Nicole. Hey, Gigi. Hey, King of Spades. Hey, CC Doe. Hey, Yenda. Hey, El Michelle. Is it Havea? Hey, Havea. Hey, Lenise. Hey, Brandy. Hey, Shakira. Hey, Lady Libra. Hey, Alicia. Hey, Yolanda. Apple. Hey, Omar. Hey, Felonia. Hey, Substance 82. Hey, Georgia Peach Forever. Hey, Tasty 220. Hey, Mina. Hey, Kira. Hey, Chrissy. Hey, Dia. Hey, Karina. Hey, Miss V. Hey, Essence. Hey, Coco. Hey, Wooside. Username Corey Shiba. Thank you for joining me for this live. Hey, Lasago. Am I pronouncing it right? Okay. Yours truly. Okay. Okay, wait a minute. Is it the Sabi? I hope I'm pronouncing that right. Hey, Pretty Girls Rock. Hey, Jacqueline. Hey, She Curves Words. Hey, Janella. Hey, Danielle All Natural. Hey, Dara. Hey, Teflon Butterfly. Hey, AT. Hey, Pink Honey. Hey, Aaron. Hey, Tiffany Shantae. Hey, Shayna. Hey, Dr. P. King. Hey, A. Hey, Toya. Hey, Maya. Hey, Lady Nay. Let me get into it. Hey, Belicious. Hey, Kayla. Hey, Eldrika. Hey, Karaoke. Hey, Dolisa. Hey, Tiffany. Hey, Kevin. Hey, Dominique. Hey, Cassius. Hey, Sunshine and Flowers. Opal. Simone. Allison. Hey, CY. Hey, Nicole Murray. Hey, Pretty Girls Rock. Do the pretty girl rock, rock, rock. I know that's right, girl. Hey, Asifa. Hey, Taiwo. Did I pronounce that right? Or Ty? I think I pronounced it right. I hope I pronounced it right. Okay, I think I spoke to Allison. Hey, Manessa. Hey, Melanie the broker. Hey, Arnett. Hey, Katie. Hey, everybody. If you are just now joining, you do not have to sit through the niceties. As always, go ahead and skip to the meat and potatoes of the live. If you are a part of the replay, listen, I know I am a day late, but I am not a dollar short because everybody has an opinion. So if you've seen some of these things somewhere else, it don't matter, honey. Let's just keep on talking because new things are developing every single hour on the hour. Okay. I even got some TikTok stuff to show. Okay. So if you've seen it, if you've already talked about it, everybody has a different take. Every creator feels differently about certain things. So, why not just get into it if we're going to get into it? So, let me tell y'all what went down. I'm minding my black owned business, but not really. Okay. So I went on ahead, took my son to the doctor so he can get the asthma checkup of it all. They said, no phones allowed. So I'm like, okay, that's fine. So anyway, I'm thinking it's going to be a slow news day. Okay. I'm just minding my black owned business, honey, getting ready to make fun of Marie when it's time for the Bill Collective. I get outside in the free world and I get to the phone and I get to looking. And the first thing I always do every morning is I check, first of all, I pray. Then I check Instagram to see what's all doing. I'm like, let me see if anybody's losing their damn minds today so that I can talk about it over on the Patreon. So, baby, my chat on Patreon was just going up. Bring, bring, bring. I was getting all these notifications. I look and I see the most sinister, sinister looking mugshot that I have seen in a while. Y'all think Karen's concubine wig was bad? Karen's concubine wig was bad. I was gonna say it wasn't bad. That damn concubine wig was horrible. But when I saw Wendy looking down and then subtly looking up, I said, "Oh, baby, she did it, and she gonna do it damn again." That damn Wendy. Wendy. Now, why would you look like that? Let me tell y'all something. Now, Happy Eddie, I don't know if you lacing your own stuff with something. Because, baby, the way you and Wendy was looking on them mug shots, I said, damn. Then they had y'all in matching gray. I guess that's what they do down there, honey. They put you in them gray shirts. I said, not y'all having them gray shirts on. And people keep talking about Wendy's wig. Listen, if I'm in the house and I'm laying down somewhere, I do not have no got to be or whatever I need to spray. No melting lace spray or nothing. I'm in the house. Okay. And she probably told them that wig was stolen. Okay. And then she had to put that same wig on. So that's another one. I'm just playing, honey. We got to lighten it low. We don't know if she's guilty or not. Okay. She is innocent until proven guilty. So that wig is probably one that she had put on the list. And then they was like, you need to put some on your head. And she was like, let me grab this wig. And they was like, and another one. So they basically added that to it. So I'm just assuming. But I didn't think the wig was bad. What I think is bad is them eyebrows. That eyebrow is giving Horton Hears a Who. It's giving kind of Grinch a little bit. You're a rotten one, Mr. Grinch. And you know it's going to get ready to be Christmas time. So I think Wendy was channeling him. Therefore, and thus and such, it was that eyebrow. It wasn't your wig, Wendy. And you know I know a bad wig. Your wig just ain't tacked down right now. It's that eyebrow. Let me show y'all that eyebrow. Let me show y'all that eyebrow because y'all might not know. I don't think y'all know. I don't think y'all quite know. It was that eyebrow. Because if you look at her wig, it's like she tried to make a little bang. I don't know why she tried to make a little bang, but we're not going to worry about that. That's neither here nor there. That's just a side note. And we're going to get into all the seriousness of it in a minute. But before we do, we have to get into that eyebrow. Okay. So if we take a look here, Edward, how dare you? Okay. A whole ass Esquire. How dare you, Edward? You know your people didn't like Wendy, and they definitely ain't gonna like her now. Why would y'all go over there and perform a heist? Why would you do it? It just don't make no damn sense to me. Now, it's this eyebrow. Everybody pay attention to your screen, okay? And you're not late, Miss Rail, honey. We just got started. We ain't even really got started. It's this eyebrow. So, as TMZ has reported, Wendy and Eddie are locked up, won't let them out. Eddie's a lawyer. Oh, they locked up, but they out now. Okay. They got released yesterday at 9:30 a.m. So it's really that eyebrow. If y'all look at, let me circle it. If y'all look at this eyebrow right here, that's what's given. And I'll do it again, damn it. And I damn do it again. It's not the wig. Because, we see a little line of demarcation. That's okay. She didn't really get a chance to put it down. You know what I'm saying? It didn't get a chance to get put down. It was really that eyebrow. So we're going to give her a pass on that. And all she needs is a little lip gloss because it looked like she was getting, baby, she just needs to lick her lips, honey, and put a little Vaseline on them and she'll be fine. Now, as far as Edward, because now you shall be Edward. At first, I was like, happy 80, happy 80, happy 80, but you went there and showed your whole behind. So you shall be Edward. Okay, so Edward, you look like you were gone off that thing, okay? Off that Mary Jane. Honey, I don't know if y'all doing gummies. I don't know exactly what they do at the Happy Eddie headquarters, but clearly there's something mixed up and through. Now, if you're not familiar with what went down, Wendy and Eddie were arrested on yesterday. This is the most unbelievable news in all of Housewives history. I do not care what anybody says. If they say a story broke that was more unbelievable than this, then I want to know what. Because this right here was super unbelievable. At first I was like, okay, wait a minute. Because I knew I was already awake because I had to drive. So, how did you get from point A to point B if you're not awake? I said, wait a minute, I might still be asleep. Wait a minute, am I dreaming? Okay, let me get myself together. No, she actually went to the slammer. Now, the crazy part about this, and I told them this over on their Patreon, is that they need to go on down there and get Dorit's ass as well. Okay? Because if you don't watch Beverly Hills, let me fill you in. Dorit over there on the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills had a break-in a few seasons ago. And the robbers said robbers. Okay, now mind you, because they have this blueprint. Y'all gotta be more, you got to be more clever. Okay, this is giving world's dumbest criminals right here, Edward and Wendy. First of all, y'all always trying to stage something like y'all out of town. Girl, just go somewhere and then pretend like something going on. Why y'all always got to go out of town? So over in Beverly Hills, Dorit and PK were married. I think they're currently going through a divorce, or they may already be divorced. That's neither here nor there. That's just a side note. He was out of town. Okay. And Dorit got her home broken into. So she was doing all this crying and falling out. But then she said that the robbers left her phone by the gate so that she would be able to find it. Never in the history of ever have I seen anybody break into a damn house and then decide that they're going to give you an SOS so that you can call somebody to arrest them. What? I said, what is going on? So you mean to tell me that they left the phone near the front gate for you to call the cops on them? Okay, Dorit. Now, everybody and their mama, well, not everybody and their mama, honey. Some people, mama, didn't believe that it was staged. They were like, how dare you guys blame Dorit and say it was staged? Ain't no damn robber gonna leave the cell phone with the light flashing. They left the cell phone light on, honey. It was like a strobe light. Left it by the gate so that she could find it. So I'm like, well, and then she started wearing stuff that she said was stolen. Don't that sound like Wendy? Allegedly. Honey, let me put my banner on, okay? Welcome to the Opinionated Channel. All views expressed are opinions and alleged. If you would like to support my channel, please Cash App $Misha IMO. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Bloop. All right, so now that I've gotten that out of the way, allegedly, she was still wearing things that she said were stolen. Now, me personally, I never bought it and ain't gonna buy it, and it hasn't been bought in. Okay, I don't buy nothing about it. So I need them to go over there and pick her up as well. Also, as soon as you get the Housewives paddy wagon, put Erica Jane ass on there. You can go ahead and stop by and get Wendy and Eddie because they got to go back to court November 7th. You can go ahead and pick up Dorit, lock up PK. Matter of fact, take Kyle too, because I feel like she lied too, talking about the robbers called her and said, we have your things and we'll give them back for ransom. Lock Kyle up, take her husband too, okay? Take all of them, okay? Everybody got to go because I'm just trying to figure out why on earth these people are getting away with this. And then I don't know if they dragged them out of the bed, honey. I don't know exactly what went down, but everybody's got to go. Essence, thank you for the super chat. You think Wendy gonna pull a Karen and I show up to the reunion and send in a VHS? Girl, you know what? She probably tried. You know what? I don't think she gonna send in a VHS, but let me see. Do I think she gonna show up to the reunion? Baby, ain't no telling. And let's see how the hearings and stuff go. I think she gonna show up to the reunion. But she gonna be fighting tooth and nail, baby, because the way, and I have all the reactions from some of these housewives. Now, Gizzard hasn't said much. I think she was hollering in the back of one of Ashley's videos. And the way that they were gloating, I just can't stand Ashley. Wendy, you have really pissed me off. And you know why? Because why would you give ammunition to Ashley and Giselle of all people? Why would you do that? Like, girl, just why would you damn do that? That really pissed me off. I hate to hear Ashley talk. Oh, apple-headed hussy. Simone, thank you for the super chat. Just showing you some love. Thank you. So this is the thing. Oh, yeah, take Phaedra too. Don't forget Phaedra because Angela told her to. Baby, this ain't Phaedra. So anywho, I think she will come to the reunion. Maybe. It just depends on how these hearings are going. But if not, I know she gonna, they're gonna have her on a screen or something. Andrew is not gonna let her get away with not saying one thing. And if she doesn't come to the reunion, she's as good as done. But I think she might be as good as done anyway, because they've already pulled her episode of Wife Swap. Now, if you don't know, there was a show coming out on Bravo October 14th entitled Wife Swap. There was Emily from the OC. There was Melissa from Jersey, Wendy from Potomac, and one of the, I think her name is Angela. She's from Salt Lake City. Well, listen, they were swapping. Y'all remember that Lifetime show, Wife Swap? They were swapping lives and wives with the common folk. And I was like, oh, this is going to be so good. So we ended up watching the trailer over on the Patreon. I was like, y'all, this is going to be good. So we need to watch this together. I'm getting all excited and hyped for the wife swap of it all. As soon as they booked them, honey, I don't even think their fingerprints were dry. They pulled their episode. Now, why this is offensive to me is because we had to sit up and watch Jen Shaw. And I'm talking about They kicked in the door and was ready to ransack the place. Her poor children had to be pulled out. We watched all of that. Jen even came. I think did Jen come to the reunion? I don't know because I stopped watching Salt Lake City shortly thereafter, but she was still in the place to be. Teresa, baby, they made a whole situation, a whole special for Teresa. But y'all gonna pull her episode? Okay, but y'all shouldn't be doing crime, honey. I mean, you do the crime, you do the time. Okay, you get what you get, and you don't put your fit, basically. So I have the court documents, and we're gonna go through them. We're gonna go through what each housewife had to say. I'm gonna show y'all what they saying over on the TikTok. What else is going on? The press conference went down. Wendy, oh my gosh, child. Basically, it's some alleged fraud going on because I don't know if it's fraud or not, honey. That's what the people are saying. But I'm just going to say it's alleged because we don't know if it's going to be proven otherwise or not. But it ain't looking too good. And Eddie, I don't know what damn law school you graduated from. I don't know if it was Kmart, Walmart. I don't know if it was, I don't know who taught you law. But you need to go back and retrieve your money. Okay? Get back every student loan dime. Because the fact that you left a paper trail like you did and you live in the damn house with the woman, if she was out of town doing press or whatever for housewives, you couldn't wait. Why would you send her an email? Like, of all things. What? Yes, ICDC school. Baby, somebody called Romeo and them. Honey, not ICDC college. Why would you send her an email? What is wrong with you? Like, that's crazy. This was a mess all the way around. It sure was. So wait a minute. Gigi said, I let the people know you're live on Patreon. Thank you, Gigi. Midwest Jess said there is evidence in the show. Okay, so let me tell you what I said, Jess. So I knew that Wendy and them didn't have it like that. I knew they didn't. Because if y'all remember back to when they were trying to do the candle, well, she was going to do the candle line or whatever, and she told Eddie that she wanted to do these candles and it was going to cost this amount of money. And Eddie was like, where we going to get this money from? Eddie is always asking, where we going to get this money? Every single time she asked him for money. Then we see her trying to go into business with Peter. Peter, the scammer of all scammers, you see Peter ass locked up. Now, why would you do that? Peter is going down. He's gone down. He's down. Okay, he's gone asunder. So why would you think that it made sense for you to pull a stunt? So anyway, and I just thought about that. She was going into business with Peter, who also does things that are not right, and he's doing his time. Peter was like, it's going to be $200,000. This, and this. This is the amount of money. Wendy was instantly like, oh my gosh, where am I going to get all that money? What? She went home and got to talking to Eddie. Eddie was like, where are we going to get this money from? And I'm just like, okay, so clearly y'all don't have it. Okay, clearly y'all don't have it. Then we looked up yesterday Wendy's name in case search. Back in 2015, was it? I think Capital One had sued Wendy for $1,200 and they won. And you know, Capital One, baby, they don't even want to give no credit limits over on Capital One. Okay, they really don't. But they wanted their money and Wendy had to pay up. And then there was also another little piece of debt that she owed to a hospital, which look, I ain't finna pay no hospital bill if I ain't got it. Okay, take me to court, y'all. But they took her and they won. Okay, so that's another $900 something. So it was clear that they were facing some things before they got to this show and before they were a part of this show. And that's just why I say all the time, even if you see these CNN correspondents or you see these people on the red carpet interviewing celebrities, you don't know what somebody's financial situation is. And according to the blogs, there's a lot of debt that they are sitting under. They're buried under debt. And so I don't know if this was the case and I think Wendy is the kind of person, and this is just my opinion. Okay. That's why it's called IMO. I think Wendy is the kind of person that puts on airs and she wants to keep up with the Joneses and she wants to be the Joneses. Shout out to Nene. And I think she just got in over her head. Girl, you could have put on some Shein, some Fashion Nova. And Shamia, I'm speaking directly to you, honey. If y'all ain't got everything on the up and up over there, you better get it on the up and up by damn Monday. Okay? Because they are watching. The people are watching. So if y'all ain't got it together, you need to tell your husband that he needs to get it together ASAP. Because you done showed the haul, honey, and they know you got a little bit of change and you wear designer from head to toe. Your damn teeth are probably designer. You need to make sure that your things are in order. I'm just saying. Phil, thank you for being a member for 47 months. Unpopular opinion. I like Wendy. However, she has been moving funny since season 8. This narrative of not knowing people is lies. She knows Angel. Well, no, Phil, but listen, Angel also said that she didn't really know Wendy. It's the same thing. She didn't say it like, I don't know her. She just said, I'm familiar with her, but I don't know her. And Angel said the same thing. She said, I'm not familiar with Wendy, but I would see her walking, stomping the yard in them damn suits. And she was about her business, but I don't personally know her. So I didn't take it as they were being nasty to each other because they both said the same thing. So I didn't think that was bad. But I can't quite remember season 8 because Potomac doesn't stick with me like Atlanta. So if you refresh my memory about season 8, I can probably say, but I don't know. I don't know. Potomac doesn't stick with me. Andre said, damn, she got Jennifer Garner and Capital One to sue them and win. I'm so disappointed in the professor. Baby, it's giving nutty professor, okay? Because what in the Sherman hell clump is going on here? Why would y'all do this? You know how something happens and you're just in such disbelief? This is one of those things. This is one of those things. Brandy said, I'm wondering if she really quit that job or they made her resign because why would you quit with all that debt? Girl, she thinks she's a housewife. I have arrived and the spotlight is on me, honey. Atlanta told us best. Listen, Wendy survived. When nobody thought she was going to go past the first season, she was on because she was not likable. Nobody liked her. They was like, she throwing the 4 degrees in everybody's face. And then she came back and she was a little bit more palatable. And everybody was like, okay, she might be all right. Then she came back again. Then Mia doused her with that backwash liquor. But when she came back the second time, she was kind of giving it to Gizzard. So people were like, oh, okay, Wendy kind of cool a little bit. She started to gain some fans when that thing happened with Mia, but then she lost me. You know, I got mixed feelings about Wendy because I want her to be great, but the way that she constantly needs acceptance is the reason why she's in this situation. Because there's no reason for you to have done that. You could have done speaking engagements. You could have created some type of product. You could have done anything and attached your name to it. Somebody was going to buy it. Hell, if they buy something from me, I know they're going to buy something from you. It just doesn't make sense. You want to be accepted by society. You want to, be flashy and compete, and it just doesn't make sense. Stick to the rivers and the lakes that you're used to. You don't have to do what you see everybody else do. And I do think that she actually did quit her job because for the longest time, and if she would have got fired, honey, somebody from Johns Hopkins, one of the students, somebody would have said she got fired. So I do think that she actually resigned because she felt like she made it. She's like, yeah, I'm here. So we're good now. Sheila, thank you for being a member for 18 months. I'm so disappointed in Wendy, but I'm not surprised that Miss 4 Degrees. I wonder what her mom is thinking now. Oh, girl, they come up with a plot and a scheme to come to us with the bush. Okay, because mama don't want that allowance to stop. She want them boobs to stay boobing. They are figuring it out. She's mad, but they're figuring it out. I can bet you any kind of money. Hold on, let me go up. Thank y'all for these super chats. Hold on, let me go down. Okay, Phil said, talking about Ineka. Okay. Wendy knew who she was, and both of them are lying. I completely agree, Phil. I agree. I know people from Temple. I liked 4 Degree Wendy better, not City Girl Wendy. You know what? Last season, I said that in my review, though, Phil, when she did that whole airhead thing, when her tire went flat, I was like, who is this person? What are you doing? Like, please relax. Okay, please relax. Okay, let me see. Thank you, Christopher, for the super chat. Hey, Misha, just tipping through to say hey. Hey, friend, I appreciate you. Let me see. Romeo said, Dr. Wendy made me side-eye everybody on TV, the internet, and in real life even more. Okay, I don't put nothing past nobody. Was I shocked? Absolutely. I was, my mouth was wide open. I couldn't get to a mic fast enough. I was flying down the freeway. Like, I got to hurry up and get home and talk to somebody about this. This was crazy to me. And then the fact that it was like a tag team situation. Now, who thought this up? Okay, who thought this up? Let's get into it, y'all. Let me read what's going down. Take Wendy and her eyebrows off. Okay. So, anywho, it says Dr. Wendy Osefo and her husband Eddie have been booked on criminal fraud charges, TMZ has learned. According to documents obtained by TMZ, the Real Housewives of Potomac star is facing 16 charges, including 7 felonies for allegedly making false misleading info fraud in excess of $300. Now, everybody's like, $300? Free Wendy till it's backwards. No, in excess of $300. You know how some things are a misdemeanor, some things are a felony. You know, if you steal a stick of gum, they might let you get off. But if you go in there and steal one of them TVs out of Walmart and it rings up past $300, you going to jail. You're going to jail. So that's what they're saying. She's also facing 1 misdemeanor count of making a false statement to an officer. The couple was booked Thursday night in Westminster, Maryland. And here's the deal. Police say the couple reported a burglary in April of last year. The couple claimed they found their bedroom ransacked after returning from a trip to Jamaica. We told you about that incident at the time. According to the prosecution's bail recommendation documents obtained by TMZ, the couple reportedly told police several designer bags and jewelry had been stolen. But get this. Carroll County Sheriff's deputies allege Wendy was later seen in a social media post wearing a diamond ring she reported stolen. Let's take it to Instagram. Now, if we take a look here, let me move this out the way. This is said ring. Now, I'm just perusing the comments, minding my own business. But this is the picture of Wendy wearing said ring, right? Y'all look who in the comments. Portia the Williams. Portia talking about, just to be honest, when you buy a large diamond, you will often make a replica for travel. Portia, please sit this one out, baby. Wendy ain't made no damn replica. She replicated it being stolen. Okay, allegedly. Portia, please. Like, girl, please. You often make a replica so you can travel. So you think she was that hard up to travel with this damn ring and she went and made a replica? Please get out of here. Exactly, little baby. Sorry, but Wendy doesn't seem like the one to buy replicas. She does not. Not Dominique talking about, I'm with Portia. Reasonable doubt. Listen, I understand the housewives got to stick together. Solidarity, the sisterhood. I get it. I personally do not think that this is a replica, but maybe that's just me. But let's see what the people had to say. Okay. Let's see what the people had to say underneath Portia's comment. Portia the Williams. Okay. The common, did they mean mongrel? The common mongrel on here giving Wendy excuses for crimes. Oh, child. Unruly said, yes, we heard her and her paralegal husband got arrested for fraud. That's her crime. Baby, not a paralegal. Who said that? This is hell. Okay. Then another person was like, not you defending Wendy. Fit Foodie said, okay. And what about all the other items that they 100% lied about? And the fact that they made the same claim to 3 separate insurance companies and denied that they did so. Exactly. Exactly. I mean, was anybody else present when they read everything? Layla said, who has 3 insurance policies for the same coverage? They planned all that, getting more policies, bidding their time with the intention to file on all. I don't know. Me personally, hell, I don't want to pay to one insurance company, so I sure wouldn't get 3. But maybe that's just me. You know, you just never know. Another person said, that's a good but weak argument for her defense team. Nene said, for her travel to the White House Correspondents' Dinner from Potomac, Portia, be for real. Okay? Please be so for real. But you know, child, Portia think it's 265 days in a year, child. Blessed Pride said, come on now. What about the other charges in 3 separate claims? So people are just not buying what Portia is saying. But this is the picture of Wendy in said ring. And they're like, yeah, no. Okay? Girl, we're not buying it. So you can say whatever you want to say, and we don't care. We don't give a damn. Jasmine said, Portia, go conduct that Underground Railroad. She's always been a bird. That goddamn Portia. But Portia say it's a replica, honey. I know that's right, Portia. T. Hutch said, I personally believe they did this for Eddie's lettuce business. You think so? Hell, they missed the PPP train. So I guess they just went on ahead and hopped on this train and figured out how to get this money. But do y'all remember on this episode that just aired? Now, how am I going to review the show, y'all? How am I going to review the show? I'm going to be looking at it so sideways. And y'all know I'm going to mention it every damn chance I get. Y'all know I'm like a dog with a bone. Why would they do this? Y'all know I'm going to be like, well, they ain't say that when they put, how am I going to review the show? This just don't make no sense. Not prenup P. The people ain't buying it. Okay. Lil Baby said because Wendy is so braggadocious, she's not the type to buy a replica and wear it. She wants folks to know she has on all the diamonds. Okay. Child, a mess. So, anywho, this is what TMZ is talking about. Let's continue. It says, additionally, an investigation determined numerous items from the Osefos claimed were stolen had been purchased, then returned to the store, where a full refund was provided. Baby, they went all in their business. They went all in their business. And a refund was provided prior to the alleged burglary. The documents indicate the couple had claimed a $450,000 personal property loss to an insurance company. The decor in that house don't even look like they paid no $450,000. Baby, I wouldn't even bought that if they told it to me with my eyes closed. Wendy Osefo has been on the show since season 5. She was a college professor of education. She taught at Johns Hopkins University before resigning in 2024. And she was a contributor to The Hill and MSNBC. She has degrees from Temple University and Johns Hopkins and a PhD in public affairs and community development from Rutgers. Now, if we look at this right here, okay, this was October 5th. Look how they're pointing to, wait a minute. Oh, I'm assuming they're just pointing to Wendy. Why would you be pointing to Wendy, baby? We know how Wendy look. I thought you was pointing to some of her diamonds or something. Okay, no, they're just pointing to Wendy. It says, we just saw Wendy out and about on Sunday at CultureCon in Brooklyn, New York. Wendy was tight with Kamala Harris during the former VP's run for president last year. The two are members of the same sorority, Alpha Kappa Alpha. The news comes on the heels of RHOP castmate Karen Huger's release from jail last month after serving a 6-month sentence, which should have been a 1-year sentence. Now, they updated it. At 12:03 p.m., a rep for Wendy tells TMZ Dr. Wendy Osefo and her husband Edward are back home safely with their family and they're in good spirits. They are grateful for the outpouring of concern and support from friends, fans, and colleagues. Who was supporting? I seen more. I knew it. I knew Wendy was this. I knew Wendy was that. I didn't see a lot of support, but okay. The Osefos, alongside their legal team, look forward to their day in court. At this time, they respectfully ask for privacy. Baby, that's not going to happen. That ain't going to happen. And let me show y'all how much that ain't going to happen. Okay? Let me show y'all how much that ain't going to happen. Because the people are losing their rabbit minds. Let's go here. Okay? Y'all know I love to piece a story together. Now, y'all take a look at this screen. Okay, Essence, thank you for the super chat. You see Katie and someone asked her to make a statement. Yes, child, she said she was going to send a letter to the president. I said, Katie, Katie, good night. She trying to get that girl deported. If Katie backing me, I know I'm going to clankety clank. Okay, you know you're going to the pen. Okay, they are posted up outside of Wendy's home. Meanwhile, she's asking for privacy. I'm just so mortified for her children. When I say I could just, why would y'all do that, man? Everything I do, I got to think about how will this affect my baby? Okay, if I do this, how will this affect him? And like I told them, I said, listen, I try not to do the wrong thing because I'm going to be the one example. Everybody else going to get away with it. And then when it's my turn, I'm going to be the one example. So no, I can't do it. Y'all, let's take a look at this. Okay, so this is over on the TikTok. There is press outside of Wendy Osefo's home. Y'all, look at this. Now, I cannot play the audio because it's some kind of song playing, and I ain't got time for them to tell me take my video down because I'm, trying to get a little change from this video. So let's take a look. All outside the house, child. Just look at this. This is a beautiful street. Baby, ain't no potholes or nothing. Look how they posted up, y'all. This is so embarrassing. Oh my gosh, they are showing our eyes. Oh, baby, not the. Are they doxing her? That's crazy. Look how they got this up here. And you know her sons are old enough to understand. Her daughter is too, but damn. Just look at them all outside of this woman's home. That is insane. It's probably Bad Boys theme song. Now, no, it's not. It is a beautiful home. I am Miss Golden T. It is. It is. Do you believe that Wendy would swallow her pride and return to the show? No. Nope. I think this is the last we're gonna see of Wendy. Now, what I'm wondering is if her marriage is gonna be able to withstand this. Because you know, when stuff like this happen, people start pointing the finger and blaming each other. And it's like, you wanted to do this. No, you wanted to do this. Now we going to jail, and they're gonna be away from their sweet babies. So although they both were involved, sometimes stuff like this, I mean, look at Joe and Teresa. Child, they broke right on up. Okay. Right on up. So this is the press that's outside of her home, which is just crazy to me. So while they're asking for privacy, everybody is posted up just trying to get a glimpse of Wendy coming out of her home. Do y'all think she actually gonna come out of her damn house? She is not gonna see the light of day till I don't know when. And y'all know Potomac picked those cameras back up so that they could get back into the mess because of course they got to capture it. Listen, in all honesty, and I hate to be this way, they just need to cancel Potomac. That franchise can go just like Dallas went. It's just too much. Who else you gonna take from the cast? Candace gone. Monique left. She came back, but she's coming back in a limited capacity. Karen went to the clankety clank. She's back, but we don't know if she's back. But they're gonna make her come back because this is Giselle gonna make sure that Karen gets her job back. And I'm sure when Wendy did all this, baby Giselle probably was on the phone with Andy. So can so remember we talked about Robin? Baby, they just need to cancel Potomac. They can go. Okay? They can go. Exactly. Shunt the front door said, I was only watching for Wendy. They can go. I'm sorry. I've said this in other chats. They threw their life away over greed, degrees, job, prestige, legal licenses, happy Eddie business. I am disappointed. I completely agree. It didn't have to be this way. It really didn't. And I don't know exactly what triggered it. And we all make mistakes. We do. And sometimes people think, and that's Wendy damn problem. She thinks she's bigger than the program and she thinks she's smarter than a fifth grader. Clearly, y'all didn't think this through. When we go through this press conference here in a minute, the man said that Eddie emailed Wendy and said, we need some more items so that we can get some more money. What? Why would you email her that? Do you not lay head to foot with her every night? And then the fact that they said that the robber broke into their home and broke into the second story window of their bedroom and came on in and ransacked the place. They came through the window. They left the window cracked. Not a fingerprint in sight. Okay. The window is cracked. The mattress, they done shoved it to the side. And you want us to believe that they climbed up. What is this? What did Nicole say, baby? It's giving very much Wet Bandits. Okay. What is this? Home Alone? So you want us to believe that they put a ladder up next to that damn window and came on in to steal all of your things? Wendy, be so for real. Exactly, EA, only to their room. Y'all, come on. Come on, be serious. Zelene said, I hope they didn't owe someone some money that he may have borrowed. Oh, I ain't think about that. I personally just think they wanted to be flashy. I really don't think it's deep like that. I think they were like, we can get some money. But why? Why though? So you might be right, because what is the reason? Like, what's the motive? So you might be right. You might be right. And now I'm wondering why she didn't bring up the robbery at the last reunion. Wait a minute, didn't it happen afterwards? I think it happened after the reunion. Auntie on a break said Potomac has been trashed for a long time, but I stopped watching after Wendy got hit with Mia's spitwater. Girl, I'm never going to forget that. Flashy and risk jail. Clearly, they don't think straight. So, yeah, those two can go together. I mean, clearly they don't know how to think. They're not using their thinkers. They didn't think about their 3 babies. They thought that they were going to be able to do the same thing they did over on Beverly Hills and get away with it. They not like us. You cannot do what they do. You want to do that because you're Wendy from Potomac? It doesn't work like that. Then y'all left a paper trail. You're filing the same claims with 5 and 6 different insurance companies. Yeah, flashy and risk jail. She got her boobies. She got her designer clothes, her designer frames. She's on the first episode talking about how she wants 19 feet of marble all up the wall. She wants to redo the entire kitchen. And then he said, where is this money coming from? Well, Happy Eddie is doing very well. Is it? I don't know, child. I don't know. Greed is at play, but they didn't unalive anyone. The press conference was crazy, and being outside her house, I agree with you, misbehaving, because when we watched it on Patreon, that officer was pissing me smooth off. First of all, I didn't like his smug attitude. I didn't like the fact that he was like, well, I don't care if she's a real wife or a fake wife or she's an actor on Real Housewives of Potomac. I'm like, an actor? I don't know. It's just something about the way that he was describing the whole ordeal. It just pissed me off. So I don't disagree with you, Kimberly K. I don't. Like, it was a little icky. I know how the ladies get on TV and feel they need work, but she didn't just get her boobs done. She got facial work. Did she? I don't even remember how Wendy looked when she first started. So did she? Phil, I heard that. Amy, thank you for the super chat. I understand the shade when cameras are running, but the cast needs to show more grace when responding. Thank you for saying that, Amy. Let's get into it. Let's get into the way that the cast responded. And let's go to Mia first. I can't stand Mia. I'm just going to tell y'all that before we even get started. I can't stand Mia. So let's get into this. This is what Mia had to say. Let's get into it, y'all. Let me move this out the way. Thank you for the super chat.
Literally, she just messaged me a couple of days ago. You know, she's one of the the only ones who is like, you know, I'm so proud. You know, what she said was, God has you covered, right? So I need a second because
I get it.
I opened my phone. I had no idea it was even going on, and I'm like, I'm shocked.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
I'm very, very shocked because I felt Miss 4 Degrees had it together. Okay? I thought she had it together. I mean, isn't Eddie an attorney, for heaven's sakes? Like, what the fuck? Excuse my language. Can I not? She just messaged me a couple of days ago.
Mia, be quiet and worry about what hotel Bobby Valentino running up and through. Okay? Don't worry about what's going on over here. Didn't you flee to Atlanta? Huh? Didn't you go? So shut up. I can't stand Mia. Like, you couldn't wait to gloat. You're still no better. I don't care if she went and I don't care what she did. That's still not going to make me like you. That's still not going to make me say, see, and Mia I still never will like you. Sorry. I just never will. So no matter what you say, I don't give a damn. Anywho, that's what Mia had to say. Now let's move on to what Candice had to say. Ciao. And shout out to the Neighborhood Talk and the Bravo Shade Room for the tea. Okay. They have it all in one place, so we don't have to go looking for it. Let's get into what. Here, we're going to do it this way. Let's get into what Candice had to say. Now, I'm not going to play Candice's visuals only because she was a part of an actual broadcast, and I don't know if that's going to be, you know, they get funny, honey, and start flagging stuff. So let's listen to what Candice had to say, but I'm not going to show the visual. Let's get into it.
What are you thinking? I am floored. I am shocked. I'm sad. You know, it feels to me, we've just, you know, gone through the Karen Huger of it all. Mm-hmm. Karen just came home. Karen paid her debt to society, but one might opine that, you know, perhaps Karen was made an example of. Mm-hmm. And I am now, as I'm literally just getting this news with you all, that's my first thought is, $300, and we're arresting a mother and a father, business owners, entrepreneurs. We don't know what the charges are for, but we know that the Osefos have a very successful marijuana business. They are providing jobs and opportunities for people of color in the area, in the DMV. And so my first thought is, are they being targeted? Is this something, Candace, what do you should be thinking about? And I obviously I know the Osefos. I know their children. I know her family, and I'm heartbroken. Like I'm shaking because we're just finding this. I can't imagine.
When was the last time you spoke with Dr. Wendy?
Very recently. Like we text all the time. So she never let on that anything was wrong. I know Eddie and Chris were just speaking via text. So I'm shocked, and it just feels like someone is out to get the girls. Like how are two women from the same show that features African American women in the climate we're living in today, where people are being picked up and snatched off the street for frivolous nonsense. I would like to see everything before I make my final thoughts.
TMZ did say more details are to come.
Yeah, we should be.
All right, so Candios, it's okay to just be like, listen, the news is just breaking. I'm just as shocked as you are. I don't know. I'll try to reach out to Wendy's family. All I can say is I know them, and that doesn't seem like their character. Period. Candace got to talk and talk and talk, honey. You know she used to be in them pageants. Baby, this don't have nothing to do with them out to get the girls. One thing I need people to understand is some things are self-inflicted. Okay? Sometimes you do it to yourself. Now, don't get me wrong. These are people we watch on a weekly basis. But at the same damn time, you did it to yourself. Karen got behind that wheel several times on her own. Okay? Nobody is out to get them. But they need to understand that they're public figures. Whether these people want to say, oh, I don't watch the Housewives. Housewife, I don't know what that is. You mean like the people that stay at home and clean the houses? No matter what they want to say, at the end of the day, Bravo's fan base is huge. If you don't watch it, I bet your wife does. Okay? And they're going to make examples out of these people. This is a professor and a lawyer. You think they're not going to make an example out of, especially Eddie. Eddie, I don't know what Can y'all hear me now? Hold on. Did y'all hear me? Okay, can y'all hear me now? Put a yes in the chat if y'all can hear me. Am I still muted? Okay, y'all can hear me now. Okay, so what's the last thing y'all heard? Because, baby, I got some things to say. What's the last thing that y'all heard me say? Did y'all hear me talk about Candace? Y'all let me know if y'all heard me talk about Candace. Yeah, so the thing is, I just feel like everybody has, especially Eddie. Okay, yeah, especially Eddie. They're going to make an example out of you. So I don't see how they're out to get them and how they're targeting them. They're not. These are things that you guys decided to do. If I sit down today and I say, you know what? I'm just going to go and hack somebody else's channel and just take over all of their AdSense and do all of this. And then all of a sudden, YouTuber Misha IMO arrested on charges for hacking several YouTube channels. And everybody's like, don't do that to Misha. She would never do. No, baby, I decided to sit down, put on my thinker, and hack someone else's channel. Allegedly, honey. I'm just giving an example, honey. I don't want no problems. But you did that. These are grown people. I understand people have their favorites and they like these people, but they grown at the end of the damn day. They teach you in kindergarten right from wrong. You have children that you're teaching right from wrong. So when your child goes out and does something that they're not supposed to do, you're just going to make an excuse for them because they're your child? No. If my son goes out there today and does the wrong thing, I taught him right from wrong. He decided to make an independent decision, and these are the consequences. Nobody's out to get them. I'm sorry, Candace. No. Okay. Absolutely not. Shayna said, you said they're going to make an example out of Eddie. Okay. Yes. Like, I mean, it don't have nothing to do with that. No one forced Karen to get behind the wheel of a car and drive drunk and crash her car. Then she told those people she's Thomas Jefferson. Yes. Nobody told her to do that. What you need to be focusing on is why so many of y'all in the same franchise are doing wrong things. That's why I think they need to shut y'all down. Okay. But maybe that's just me. Because really and truly, I'm not interested. After this came out, I'm not even interested in watching. I'm going to watch simply because people are going to be watching everything. You know, it's going to be under a microscope, a real huge magnifying glass. People are going to be watching everything, and that's cool. I'll continue to review it because I don't like to start and stop stuff, but I'm really not interested. I wasn't interested before the season started, and I'm really not interested now. Teresa said, I watched for entertainment. They were not honest with each other, so I'm not surprised with any of them that they are charged with fraud. Erica said, that baby was right, saying he going to work at Chick-fil-A. He going to make an honest... He sure did. That baby say, is Chick-fil-A, do they make a lot of money? Honey, because he already know they the ones push that damn mattress over. They went in and closed that door, pushed that mattress over, cracked that window, and called them people. Child, that's crazy. Allegedly. SC Gerard, thank you for the super chat. Hello. Didn't know you were doing a live tonight. So glad I was able to catch you and say that I love your content. Thank you so much. Thank you. EA said, the rest of us regular people just happy making normal salaries. We aren't scamming or scheming. Just live a normal life like the rest of us. Listen, some of the regular people are scamming and scheming too. Baby, because let me tell you something. I had a friend that was like, girl, I can show you how to get the... Nope. I'm too scary. I'm too scared. I didn't even used to like to buy clothes from boosters. You know how the boosters used to come around and get... I used to be like, nope, because then the cops gonna come back and wonder where these outfits went. They gonna knock on my door. I'm gonna be wearing the stolen clothes. They're gonna take my clothes off. I'm gonna be naked in the store. I can't do it. No, I'm not buying the boosters clothes, honey. I can't do it. So no. DC Undeniable said, it just goes to show that they are all fake, living a false life, and we're watching thinking they are really who they claim to be. God will humble the haughty. Listen, I don't even believe that they're who they are anymore. These shows are so scripted to me now that when I look at them, I just am like, girl, anyway. Like I can see straight through it now. As Nene said about Portia years ago, honey, she over there buying cars and houses with fake money, buying stuff with monopoly money. The girls ain't got it, but they have to pretend like they have it. And some of them go to great extremes to continue to pretend like they have it. And that's sad. It really is. I think Wendy's mama's a scammer too. Something about the bleaching and the tats. I don't know, but I feel like a lot of people knew what was going down. Nurse Shelley said a lot of people started some sketchy LLCs in 2020. And they better hope they don't get caught up. Romel said, look, I have a friend telling me how to get food stamps because they keep denying me. And I said, hell no, I'll just pay over $200. Okay, I'll just pay over $200. Don't worry. Miss TG59 said, did y'all see what Ashley said? Yes, we're going to get into that in just a second about Wendy and Eddie at her show last night. Let's get into it. What a wonderful segue. Appreciate you. Let's get into it, shall we? Because Ashley knows it's a good way for her to get cussed out. And then we're going to get into the interview that Wendy did and some cues that I saw when she was interviewing about the break-in. And I told them over on Patreon that I took a body language class. So I didn't initially watch this interview. And I'm not going to lie to you. When they said their home was broken into, I was like, okay, another housewife, posting too much or talking too much. Because these housewives get chummy with people, regular schmegular people. So I'm like, oh, okay, honey, I hope everything's okay. I'm glad her and her kids and her family were not there. And I moved on. But now that I go back and look at the actual interview, I see some of the body language and it's giving lie. It's giving lie. Wendy, girl. Oh Lord, let's get to this apple-headed hussy. Okay, let's just get on over here because Ashley know how to piss me off. Okay, let's get into it. This is what Ashley had to say. Let me turn my mic down because I don't want her screaming all up in the mic, y'all. Okay, let's get into it. She is just so happy. I cannot look. I understand she did something wrong. I understand they did the wrong thing. I 100% agree. I don't like for people to gloat about it. Because let me tell you something. What goes around comes around. Like, take it easy. I'm not saying you have to be like, you don't, it's like they're on one extreme spectrum or the other. You have Candace, who is like, Black Power, they targeting us. Wendy would never. She ain't got no information whatsoever. Then you got Ashley on the other end being icky. Well, I ain't going to the pen and all that. Like, I just can't stand her. Her and Mia, they give me the most visceral reaction that I have ever had for a reality star. And I hate to see them coming. All right, let's get into it.
No, we were not shocked. Yeah, Wendy's in the pen. Lord have mercy. I know. I'm keeping her in my prayer.
Girl, I'm finna call that girl something. I was finna call that girl something. She couldn't wait till my Zen win is in the pen. And how long did it take you to come up with that, bozo? Huh? How long did it take you to come up with that? Talking about I'm gonna keep her in my prayers. And that's why I told y'all on that review on Sunday night when she was talking about, I just keep thinking about Karen. In the review, I said, you ain't been thinking about nothing. You a lie and the truth ain't in you. You don't give a damn about Karen. You ain't never liked her, and you don't like her now. I don't care. She could have went upstream for 10 years. You would not have cared. You don't give a damn. Now here you are on one end saying, oh, Zen Win is in the pen. Now you raising your hand up. Girl, don't play with G-O-D, okay? Don't piss me off. Talking about, I'm going to be praying for her. I'm going to have a... That's why I don't like people praying for me. Just keep it. Keep it. Because then you do mess like this. Just tasteless and tacky. No kind of tact whatsoever. Just as tacky as that wardrobe. Child, let's finish listening. Child, she done pissed me off.
Felonies, if you know what I mean.
She said we're making melodies, not felonies. You need to be locked up for singing. And you need to be, you know what? They should bring a RICO on you simply for them damn TikTok dances. You need to be locked up. As a matter of fact, I'm going to have them start investigating you ASAP. You need to be investigated for them damn dances. I do not care what you say. You need to go to jail for that sipping the coffee, sipping the tea. You should have already been investigated just with that song. Then you went out there healing and surviving now. You should have been in jail that day. Now you over here not knowing. I'm going to be fresh as hell if the feds watching, because they watching you because you're singing. And that's just that on that. Doing all that damn talking. You should be locked up as well. Talking about some melodies and felonies. And speaking of melodies, where my girl at? Let me go over here and find Melody. Because I ain't brought her out in a minute. I think you're so uncool. I think you're acting a fool. And all my friends be roasting you. Shout out to Melody. I think you're so uncool, Ashley. I really do. I can't stand you. Okay? And that's just that on that. Now let's continue to hear what the heifer had to say. And shout out to the Reality Entertainment TV for...
I'm just not there. In case there was some confusion, that's what we're doing around here, okay? That's it. That's what we're doing. Just making melodies, okay? All right. This ain't news to us. It's news to y'all. No, we were not shocked. Yeah, Zen Win is in the pen. Lord.
This ain't news to us. This girl, it is news to you. See, that's how people be secretly wishing on your downfall. It ain't news to you because you wanted to assume Because of who they are, they were going to be scammers. So then when they came out that they've done something wrong, all of a sudden, it ain't news to us, it's news to y'all. It's definitely news to you as well. You just talking. Like, girl, just shut up. Okay, please be quiet. It's definitely news to you. You ain't have no damn inside scoop. Are you the one that tipped the police off? Okay? Like, please be quiet. Let me go back up here to this super chat before Ashley gets on my nervous system. Let me see. Did I miss it? I can't stand her. I want them to lock her up today. Phil, thank you for the super chat. Who is paying to hear Ashley to sing? The fuck? Okay. All that damn karaoke. You and your karaoke machine, get out of my life. PJ, thank you for the super chat. The Osefos are giving, I want to do hood rap things with my friends. They sure are. Damn. Wendy and Eddie. Bonnie and Clyde. All I need in this life for sin is me and my girlfriend. Eddie, you know you too soft to be doing all that. You too damn green to be acting a fool. PJ, thank you for the super chat. Late, but that wet bandits nod made me chuckle. Baby, like, what is happening? This don't make no sense. Okay, I hope I got all the super chats. Thank y'all for sending me a super chat if you did. Anyway, I'm happy to see most people can't stand Ashley. Girl, I can't stand. And you know what it is? It's because she's very condescending. Her looks, the way she does that little smirk, the way she's always acting like she doesn't know what's going on. She's so messy. And then she just stands there acting confused. That pisses me off. I can't stand people who act like that. You know exactly what you're doing. You know what you did when you did it. Okay? And then somebody screaming in the background, this ain't news to us. I don't know if somebody said it was Giselle. It didn't sound like her to me. So I don't think that it was, but just the fact that she's, we making melodies, not felonies. Ashley, you legit were married to a man who was assaulting people on the cast and crew. I don't even know how Andrew let you continue with those allegations, allegedly. Let's be so for real. Okay? None of y'all are squeaky clean. And as much as we want to give Giselle a hard time, at least she went and fixed the Etch-a-Sketch house up. It didn't have no baseboards. The floors were falling in and the toilet didn't work. But Giselle made it work. Okay? She lived within her means. She fixed up her home. And baby, it's still god awful, but it's hers. Completely paid for. The right way. You know what I'm saying? And it's just, I'm looking at all of this stuff that's going on and these decisions that are being made, and it just makes me think that being a housewife is a lot of pressure. And these girls are trying to stay afloat by any means necessary. Some of them are coping by drinking and doing the things that they shouldn't be doing. Others are committing all types of crimes. Then they have these women come on here because of their fabulous lifestyle, only to find out that the fabulous lifestyle is due to illegal things. Like, if you know you ain't doing right, you better get up off this show. And I bet all the Atlanta girls are shaking in their boots, honey. Like I said, Shamia, girl, if it's not on the up and up, you better get it together. You better get Gerald in a room and say, look, pull out all of our finances. And who does our taxes? Y'all better get, baby, ain't no damn way. Anila's house got broken into 3 times. Now, I don't know, but baby, I was side-eyeing when it happened, okay? I said, baby, not 3 times. And you got that sponsored furniture in there. Girl, bye. Okay, it's giving a lie. You see, she here up and got off that show, too. Like Girl Chronicle said, I was just thinking about that. We clown Giselle, but she's one of the few who really most likely lives below her means. Yeah, baby, they filmed Giselle going to the Container Store. Okay, matter of fact, I just went to the Container Store a few months ago. Baby, she went and got them girls their school stuff, and she looked at that price tag. She said, no, that's too much. Put it back. That's too damn much. Put it back. Okay, you got to live within your means. Kelly too, EA. Because Kelly always in the news about something. And you know they look to bring you down and they going to bring your stuff out. So if it's not on the up and up, then it's going to be an issue. Andre said, you think housewives is an inside government job to get crooks? Okay. The pipeline is something else, ain't it? Teresa and Joe, Jen Shaw, Dorit and PK, allegedly. Karen and now Wendy, like it's looking sus. Who's the informant? That's what I want to know. DC Undeniable says, sadly, people will see the writing on the wall and still not get right if this is not the truth. If this is not the truth, it's always somebody willing to test the boundary. Okay? It's always somebody. Now, let's take a look at this interview that Wendy did. And she was talking about said break in. Okay? Let's get into that. Let me get to it. And then the way Ashley was just looking and smiling and just so happy. That's why Candace used to tear her up. And at first I used to be like, Candace, leave that lady alone. But I see now why she used to tear her up.
I forgot that.
Okay, now let's get into it. Shout out to Gabbing with Gib. He did an interview from September of 2024 with Wendy Osefo. And here it is. Here's a little clip. Let's get into it, shall we?
That in April, your home was broken into or something. Was this during filming that this happened?
I think it was right before.
Okay.
Like, literally before camera went up. It happened because my family was away on spring break. It was our spring break trip with the kiddos. And I was just so heartbroken. Like, I think a few of my first initial scenes, I'm just a little bit uneasy because we had just been violated, so to speak. It was the worst.
Okay, so if you see how she looked over to the side, it's like she was looking for the answer. It's like she was grabbing for something. When she looked up to the side, like, okay, like, what am I going to say next? Yeah, it's given a lie. Let's continue.
First thing is so unexpected, especially since from my vantage.
You see how she put that one eyelid down, especially since from my vantage point. No, honey. If I got robbed, it's not my vantage point. It's the facts. Especially since when I went in my damn house, all of my things were gone. Okay? I'm sitting up here thinking I live in a nice neighborhood, gated and whatnot, and the people can't get in and get out. There's never been a robbery here, and I come home and my things are gone. So now I feel violated. I feel vulnerable. I feel open. Although we filmed some of the scenes here at my home, I've never been violated like I am now. Not from my vantage point. Honey. And then look down and look up. It's looking like a lie. Let's continue.
Point and from the investigators' vantage point, it was targeted, you know.
Really?
Yeah, because I've lived in this neighborhood for, a long time, but since the neighborhood has been in inception for over 20 years, there has been no burglary.
Yeah.
Did you see how Gil did that head nod? He knew then it was a lie. Y'all see how he said, yeah. He already knew. Gil, let me find out. Baby, Gil put that head down. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
No, like nothing. And so it's so heartbreaking. And again, like going back to my earlier statement, where at my core, what centers me is motherhood. My first thought was my kids.
Mm-hmm.
Part of the reason why I live where I live is for their safety, for them to have ample, acres to be able to run, play, enjoy, free of anything. And when someone comes into your home, which is such a sacred space, and violates you in that way, you start questioning things. So I'm just glad that we are okay, we're safe, and we are able to move forward from that as a family. But man, that was definitely.
You see how she looked down for an extended period of time? But man, that was definitely. Why are your eyes closed? If I'm talking about motherhood and I'm talking about my kids and I'm talking about the fact that I'm excited that we're safe and just happy that we weren't home when we were violated, why are your eyes closed? Why are you looking down? Romel, not you up here with this. You up here in this comment section. Look how Kim Power looking in this comment with that Nene meme. Girl, goodbye. Okay, let's continue.
Gut-wrenching.
And that's something you have to process too. That's not something that you just, okay, it happened. we've locked the house back down. No, like I think the mental recovery from something like that must be kind of difficult.
Absolutely. And now my house is like Fort Knox before, but now it's like complete Fort Knox, like nothing. Even how we vacation is different. How I post on social media is different. It's altered the way I move. And, you want to be naive and feel like no one is watching you. You could just live life freely. But unfortunately, that is not the case. So it has.
Your house is like Fort Knox, yet when they did that press conference, they said that there was no forced entry. The ADT system didn't pick up nothing, neither did the Ring. Girl, I got them systems. That ain't no damn Fort Knox. ADT and Ring? Girl. Ain't nothing about the two of those systems, something that none of us in this chat can get. We all can get ADT and Ring. Honey, I got 2 rings, one for the front and one for the back. What are you talking about? Say what now? Okay, child, let's continue.
Has changed a lot of things.
It's just changed a lot of things. Oh, Wendy. I hate to look at you as dishonest. And y'all remember on the reunion last season, she told Stacey that her integrity with the group is going to be questioned from here on out because of her situation with TJ. And then you go pull a stunt like this, allegedly, because we don't know if it's true or we don't know, I'm just going to give her the benefit of the doubt. But the facts are the facts, at least what they laid out in black and white. And Stacey's integrity is going to be questioned. Okay. Okay, child. Blessed K said, let's not condemn too soon. People have committed more serious crimes and have yet to be held accountable. Absolutely. I don't know if you're just joining this live or not, but I definitely have said that. And I didn't say that I'm condemning her. I'm not saying that she did. I said she is innocent until proven guilty. But the things that have been brought out and have been brought to light, I don't know exactly how they're going to refute them. And nobody's condemning them, but it is okay to say that you did something wrong. I think because these people have this spotlight, a lot of people feel like you can't speak on them. They're human just like us. She has an ADT system and a Ring. She shall be spoken on. Like she shall be spoken on. Like, Samantha said, this happens with all of the housewives. They try to keep up with the Joneses and it just doesn't make sense. It makes absolutely no sense at all. Okay, Nene said the president. I don't keep up with the Joneses. I am the Joneses. Yvette said, Misha, that's such a beautiful thumbnail of them. Just can't believe this from high education people. You know what? I really didn't even want to put that mug shot up there. I just wanted to put their nice picture there because I feel like people are trying to make a fool out of them with this mug shot. So I just made it real small. Not real small, but I just put it in the center because they look so regal in this picture. And I thought this was a beautiful confessional. And I just didn't want to, I don't know, man. Their kids are going to search this stuff. And I just didn't want to, I had to put something to let them know what they were actually clicking on. But I didn't want to discredit them with that crazy looking mugshot. I just didn't want to do that. I didn't. The court docs are public. Are we supposed to pretend? I don't know. I just feel like that's the thing. That's why I don't normally speak on YouTube about certain subjects, because it's like if you say anything or try to go against their faves, then it's like, well, you're being too mean and you're being, well, baby, these are the facts. I'm only presenting what is presented to me. It's not like I made it. It'll be different if I made up a salacious lie on the people and I'm just sitting up here projecting and making up stuff. I'm simply talking about what has been presented. And I don't care that she's a real housewife. That's why we're talking about it, because we can't believe someone that we held in high regard or even thought was in high regard, who talked about their degrees and sat down with their children and said, hey, you're not going to be able to get your inheritance until you get your master's degree. And how much money do you want to make when you grow up? And what do you want to be? These people have presented themselves one way. So when you find out that they're another way, it's shocking. And people are going to talk. It's all about how you talk. It'll be different if I was sitting up here just, dogging her out. I knew you were a scammer. And No, I'm not doing that. We're having a healthy discussion. People gonna talk, child. My little video probably ain't gonna even see the light of day like that. Okay. Child, I ain't no Kempire. Okay. Ain't gonna be no 70,000 views on this video. But the views that I do get, I'm gonna speak my speech. So I'm sorry, honey, if the people don't like it. That's just that on that. I'm sorry. Wendy was one of my faves, but that press conference is pointing to they have hella evidence against them. Returned items, wearing stolen items, no traces of a burglary. It is what it is. It is what it is. Okay. IMO said, good for you because we've all done things we're not proud of. By the mercy of God, I've been protected. Period. I agree. Okay. I agree. Hold on, let me go up here. Jazzy said for scholars, they were they were slow as hell. Could have thought about a code to correspond with each other. Girl, correspond face to face. You'll never leave a paper trail. Child, it's like my soon-to-be ex-husband tried to catch me up on something, child. I'm like, talk to me in person, child. Don't be trying to send me nothing. I ain't got time to play with you. Never put it in writing. Okay. I think the show pressures them to live luxurious lives, but they can't keep up. I know. I agree. I agree. It's a lot of pressure. Then you have the BravoCon, and they're always pressured to look so pretty. And now it's a thing to carry glam with you everywhere you go. You go on a trip, you got to bring glam, and it's a lot. It's a lot. Not making an excuse for them committing fraud, honey, but Dorit, anyone? I'm sorry, but I ain't gonna let that go, child. Absolutely not. Okay. Dina says she should have just rented from Lay Archives. Marla over there, like, how did I get into it, honey? Okay, Princess Di said the research and court docs are straightforward. They have documentation. It doesn't look good for Wendy. Okay, let's get into that. Let's get into it. Let's get into it. Let's get into it if we're gonna get into it. The only explanation that I can think of for that email is that Wendy was out of town. That's what I was thinking too. If she was out doing something for the housewives or whatever, yeah, and had a bad signal or something. That's why he had to send an email. Or he was high. Nothing else makes sense. Not nothing. Okay, Misha in chat. Do you think someone they know told them that they got away with it and suggested that they do the same? I don't know. I don't know where it all started. That's the part that's confusing me. Like what were you doing or what were you a part of or what did you need so badly that you needed that money right away that you couldn't go get a loan for? $450,000. That's a lot of money. Oh, that's a lot of money. That is a lot of money. Lee said, you don't want to be judged for your crimes, then don't do them. Okay? Bloop. Okay, don't do them. $450,000 lost in one room. Come on, Wendy and Eddie. At least do the whole house. Girl. I mean, take a TV, take some silverware or something. Y'all push y'all mattresses to the side and call that a break-in. Bye. Y'all could have called PK and found the robbers. So, so they could have left the light on for you like Motel 6. Capricorn Moon Goddess. Oh, your picture is so pretty. We see this kind of stuff all the time as claim adjusters, but they made so many simple mistakes. Laugh out loud. What were they thinking? They weren't. Just, they probably got paid and they were like, okay, well, let's do it again and again and again and again and get all the shmoneys. Nell Ward said, how high and happy do you think Eddie and Wendy were? Baby, not how high and happy do you think Wendy and Eddie were when they cooked up this scheme? Oh, y'all are so crazy. I don't know, baby. I was trying to figure out if he had laced his own stuff. Child, that's crazy. Amanda said, it's the audacity for me. Just acting all high and mighty, knowing good and well they fraud. Baby, Wendy say she ain't gonna let y'all take her down. Oh, y'all are so crazy. I swear. These insurance companies don't be trying to pay. They will definitely double investigate higher premiums. That's exactly what I said on my Patreon live. They do not want to pay. I got a car right now, still got hail damage. Geico ain't gave me a dime. Child, and I had full coverage. So they do not want to pay the $5. I'm sorry, they don't. I am Miss Golden T said that's why it would have been better to do a Kim Kardashian or a Toni Braxton. Okay, I'm just saying. I forgot all about Kim Kardashian, girl. You sure right. You are sure right. God forbid my self-esteem will be so low that I have to resort to white-collar crime to keep up with the Joneses and fit in with people who genuinely don't like you. And that's the sad part. And that's I think I may have said it on Patreon, or I might have said it earlier here, honey. Perimenopause, honey, just charge it to the game. But Wendy's need to be accepted is why we are in this space. Okay? Because, I said it on this live. I said it on this live. It's like the court of public opinion. Everybody had something to say about her 4 degrees. They had a lot to say about her appearance, her first season, not even giving her any grace. She had just had her daughter. We have real bodies. We're real women. It's okay that she didn't come out looking like Portia when she first hit the scene. She just had a baby. People were bringing her down. Wendy took that. She ingested it. And the next season, she came back with her boobs. And that's when Mia stepped on the scene. Then after that, it's like Mia did something atrocious to this woman. But because she wanted to fit in so badly and keep this check, she forgave this woman knowing that was the ultimate disrespect. That's like that woman spitting in your face and you went right over there and grinned back in her face 2 seasons later. Then the fact that you're so excited about now being inside of the Etch-a-Sketch house and not in the outhouse. I don't get it. I don't get it. I really don't. But you know what I thought about? And it may be a reach, but the first episode of this season, when Angel was explaining who Wendy was, and she said, I would see her, coming across the yard and she would be wearing suits. In college, ain't nobody wearing no damn suits. Wendy probably didn't blossom like everybody else when they were blossoming, having their fun and doing their thing, because her parents were probably all like, you got to get a degree. You got to be this. You got to be a doctor. You got to be a lawyer. And remember, she struggled with that during her seasons. She struggled with that. She was like, they want me to be this and they want me to be that, but I don't know if I want to be that. She was scared to tell her mom that she wanted to do something different. So I don't think she really got to be accepted and experience things like other people. So now here she is on this platform. She's got a fan base now. People are like, oh, Wendy, you look so good. And this and this and this. She's completely changed herself. Shout out to Nene. They always get new heads, honey. Everybody's changed. And Nene said it in an interview. She said, you listen to all these comments and you read them and you just are like, okay, I need to change this. They're talking about this. And then you have this stigma attached to being a housewife, which we knew when they first started. They came with the price tags and telling us how much everything cost and, this, that, and this and a. We really don't see the struggle of the housewife. They're faking, they're renting cars, they're renting homes, they're doing all kinds of things. And then you get caught up in this horrible cycle. So now you want the things that you see everybody else have, but you have to be strong enough if you're going to be on a platform like this to say, you know what, I ain't got it and I ain't going to damn get it. When I finally get it, I'll let you know I got it. And a lot of people want to make fun of Candy because she was living in that older home when she first started. That's the first house she bought with her escape money. That house was paid in full. Then she went and got a foreclosure that she still live in to this day. The same way Giselle did. She got a dilapidated house, fixed it up, put it on stilts, and we have the Etch-a-Sketch house, honey, and she over on the West Wing. Sometimes you just got to do what you got to do. Because a lot of these people be lying, honey. And word on the street, and I don't know if it's true. It's the same streets Mama Joyce never be listening to. But word on the street is that the home that they're in is a rental home. So how you going to put a 19-foot piece of marble in a home you don't even own? Now, I don't know if that's true. That's all alleged, but that's just the point. People are trying to keep up and you really don't have to. Omar, thank you for the super chat. Lord, we got Stacy owes TJ $450,000 and Eduardo owes Travelers $450,000. Baby, just close the whole situation down. Okay? Like, close it down. Like that's what you need to do. Beauty and Brains 86 said, you got to break free from American parents' expectations early. You sure do. If that ain't the truth. Lee said, Katie came on here looking like the lady from Holiday, and we loved her. Wendy ain't as confident as she's portrayed to be. I agree with you, Katie. I agree with you, Lee. I definitely agree, especially about Katie. When she came back, she was really struggling. And she knew that she couldn't keep up. But that first season, baby, Katie was put so together. You would have thought Katie had everything together, and she is really struggling right now, y'all. If you haven't kept up with Katie from the Real Housewives of Potomac, she is really going through some heavy stuff. It's bad, y'all. It's bad. Like, these are real people. Romel said, yeah, she was trying to find herself her whole life and was thirsty for acceptance. Absolutely, Romel. That's all I'm saying. And then it carried on to over here. And then Eddie, he just go along with it. Who do y'all think was the mastermind, Wendy or Eddie? Me personally, I think it was Wendy, allegedly. But then the emails suggested it was Eddie. Now, my thinking is, let's do this, let's do this. And then he's like, okay, well, if you want to get the max, we got to come up with some other things to add to it. So that's what I was thinking, because, he always is like, where are we going to get this money? Or how are we going to do that? Wendy is in control in that house. Do you hear me? She wears the pants, the skirts, the Giuseppe's, and the Louboutins. She is in charge. And Eddie just does what she says to do. I mean, he basically exiled himself from his own family to be with Wendy. That's how much he loved her, baby. Love her down. Do you hear me? And now y'all gonna be loved down up in there. Oh, child. It's just, y'all know how to piss me off. Auntie Kim said, degrees don't automatically equate to money. It depends on what you major in. Wendy could have made a decent coin as a professor, but she didn't want to do the work. I agree with that. The professors make a good little check. Okay. Well, it ain't little, honey. They make a good check. Professors make good money. I am Miss Golden T said, and Giselle house gonna probably be paid for. Oh, it's paid for. Did you hear a few seasons ago? She said it was paid for. You can say what you want. Tacky really has a good story. I wish you would share the growth story. Yeah, because remember when we first were introduced to Giselle, season 1, she was living in a small little townhouse with her 3 girls, and it was much to do about nothing. But once she got the checks, she turned in that Mini Cooper, got herself a Range Rover, and the Etch-a-Sketch house. Okay, and that's just that on that. Okay, y'all said it was both of them. My account said both of them. Both. Katie Pop said Wendy was the mastermind. Makeup Addict said Eddie. I think it was Wendy. Queen J Lotus King Sunkiss said, and that's why I be like, it's 6 degrees of separation between Real Housewives and BGC/baddies. And it is. Okay, it definitely is. Hold on, let me go on down. Dina, thank you for the super chat. Wendy got the poom cash. She made Eddie leave his family and his freedom. Show did. Now, they sort of reacquainted last season, y'all remember? But I don't even know if that lasted. I know they got something to say now. Okay. Just Jonda said, Eddie is a grown-ass man with 4 degrees of his own. Let's not infantilize him just to blame everything on the woman. They clearly did it together. The recorded calls are of Eddie. Okay. I'm not doing any of that. I don't know where you got that from, but I said that one could blame it on Eddie because Eddie also was the one to send the emails. I don't know. I'm just asking a question. Okay. So I don't know which one of them did what. But the bottom line is they both going 16 for one and 18 for the other. So, I mean, just because he got 4 degrees, clearly he don't think straight or he wouldn't have did that. That's just crazy. And I would never blame everything on Wendy. I just want to know, which person do you think initiated this conversation? Somebody had to do it. It didn't fall out of thin air. B. Joseph Associate said, it was likely Wendy's idea, but Eddie likely came up with the step-by-step plan. That makes sense. Elite Leo said, all those degrees are not free. Between the two of them, they probably still had a ton of student loan debt. Oh, girl, I know if I'm drowning under it, I know they drowning under it. Oh, honey, po babies. I know they drowning. Amanda said, I just know Aneka is seated and sipping tea right now. Did y'all know Aneka had a baby? She had a son. Child. Yenda said, do you think they'll stagger the sentences so that they don't go in at the same? Oh, I hope they don't go in at all. Oh, I feel so bad for their children. I'm about to cry, y'all. I cannot imagine them 3 babies being without their parents. What were y'all thinking? Damn. I don't even want to think about no staggering of no sentence and all that. Why would y'all do this? I do not know what kind of evidence they are going to present to these people, but y'all better have a damn good reason why, Wendy, you was wearing that ring and why there were no footprints and no fingerprints. And y'all better figure this out, and y'all better figure it out quickly, because none of it is making sense. I could just break down in tears when I think about my own baby, just even having to leave him, honey, to go to the doctor. I'll be about to fall apart. Going to jail? Oh, and her sweet daughter. And y'all know Wendy love her daughter. I can't believe y'all. They finna piss me off. I can't think about that right now. Andre said, yeah, I think Wendy did, because she was the only one coming up with some random career between the candles. Baby, Wendy came up with all kind of stuff, did she? The candles, the lounge. Remember, it was a lounge, Nigerian library / hookah bar. I don't know what. Baby, Wendy came up with 15 businesses in one building. Eddie probably came in too, mad to make it look legit. Okay, makes sense. Aisha, thank you for the super chat. I guess Wendy shouldn't put all her money in those candles. Girl, we ain't heard from them candles since. I don't know if it's 5 week, 4 week, 6 week. We don't know, child. Lee said, I'd rather hop on the pole and my husband go cut people's grass for money. F going to prison. Okay, what did he say? I might have slid down a pole, but I ain't sliding on all these. Y'all know I'm always bring it back to Atlanta. Romel said Eddie looked like he agrees with everything she say. Remember when she told him, don't speak to Mia? He was finna get ready to answer a question. Don't you speak to Mia. Baby, she got Eddie under control. Do you hear me? Baby, They should have used the money from the show to pay their debts. Yeah, Jen, but this is what I thought about. Okay, so you know how even though you're getting these checks, if you're living above your means, you're still, upside down. Because y'all know regular schmegular car notes be like $600-700. So you got to think about their cars. Then you got to think about the upkeep of that beautiful home we just saw. Then, the electricity and the this and the upkeep and the glam and the wigs and the Gucci and the Louis and the Prada. They were just living above their means. And it just was not enough to stay afloat. Plus, Eddie had started Happy Eddie. So we don't know, what his overhead was and how much it cost to get into that business. I'm wondering what the credit is, honey, because I would have went on down to the bank so good. Child, like I'm in a 90s sitcom. I'm a housewife. Can I get a loan? Child, I be having delusional faith. Do you hear me? I'll walk in some place in a minute asking for some money. They be like, ma'am, get out of here. Your credit score is 520. Yes, so did I get the loan or no? Okay, is it a yes or a no? Shunt the front door said they could have moved to a townhouse like Robin or Toya and Eugene and worked. Baby, speaking of Toya and Eugene, honey, they done got house number 3. I said, Lord, Toya knows she gonna move somewhere. So yes, on this new season of Married to Medicine, Toya and Eugene have bought house number 3. Little baby said, every time I hear about the dead folks rack up, I feel even better about what I got going on. Okay, girl, just as modest as ever. Now I'm paying a hell of a lot of money for insurance. Insurance is high. I'm talking about health insurance. Lord, I wish somebody would pay my health insurance for me. It's ridiculous. Cam said, why they got on matching gray t-shirts? I was wondering that too. I'm like, do they give you that when you go in? Because, sometimes when you go to jail, they give you an orange jumpsuit. That's what they give you in Houston. I don't know about everywhere else. Do they give you gray shirts? I don't know. Aisha, thank you for the super chat. They said this is a victimless crime, but everybody in that county, house insurance premiums are about to go up. True that. Lanice said, Toya and Eugene better take heed with all that moving and shaking. Okay, girl. They better get it together. Mama Jamma said, I think Toya and Eugene keep moving once the lower payments for the first few years turn into higher payments when they have to pay the mortgage for the house and the land. I hope they don't keep on moving. Them boys 14 years old now. Do y'all know when we first started Married to Medicine, they were like 3 years old? They're 14. Well, one of them just turned 14 and they still moving. That's ridiculous. Romel said, Dr. Wendy is so wrong because the lady from the wife swap episode will never get to see herself on TV. Oh, Romel, I ain't even think about that. I don't really understand. Okay. Can y'all help me make it make sense? Why are they pulling her episode? For what? What does her swap in the house? What? Now, I did see something. I think it may have been in my chat that said they're not showing her episode because they don't want to maybe show things that may have been in the house that they said that were stolen. I don't know. I don't understand why they wouldn't. No, they pulled it completely, Omar. They pulled her episode completely. Yes, they're pushing back the date because, of course, Wendy cannot promote this show because of what's going on. And it was supposed to come out literally in 3 days. So it's coming out on the 21st, but they axed her episode completely. So she's not even going to be on there at all. I don't know. That's crazy. Rita said, at first, I didn't think the insurance companies paid out, but I read the court papers and I see they did get a payout. Oh, yes, they did. Thank you for reminding me that I have court documents. Let's get into it. Okay, here we go. Let's get into this. Okay. It says, now comes the state of Maryland buying through its attorney, Melissa Hawkinsmith, deputy state's attorney for Carroll County, and states the following. On Thursday, October 9th of 2025, the defendant was indicted for the grand jury for Carroll County on seven counts of insurance fraud, 8 counts of conspiracy insurance fraud, and 1 count of false statement to a police officer. An arrest warrant was issued and bail was set at $50,000. The allegations in this case are that on April 7th of 2024, okay, April 7th, and then she did that interview with Gibb on September, whatever of 2024. Okay. Carroll County Sheriff's Office deputies responded to, and they put their address. Honey, they already doxed them over there on their TikTok. Okay, for a call of a reported burglary. A deputy was met by the homeowners, Edward and Wendy Osefo, who reported to him that they had left to go on a trip to Jamaica on April 2nd, 2024. And when they returned on April 7th, 2024, at approximately 10 p.m., they found their bedroom and both closets to be ransacked, and several designer handbags and jewelry had been stolen. Now, their bedroom is on the 2nd floor, but they didn't pass by the cameras in the front. It says the state's evidence would show the purported point of entry into the home to be the owner's bathroom window on the 2nd floor. So they entered through the owner's bathroom window on the 2nd floor. Make it make sense. What? The window looks onto a small roof that was about 9 feet above the deck. There were no ladders, okay? None. How are there no ladders? And the deck furniture, okay, was undisturbed. No ladders, deck furniture undisturbed, and no indication anyone had been on the deck. The Osefo stated that they did not touch anything prior to police arrival. There was a screen with damage laying on the roof, and the window was not locked. To go in or out of that window, one has to step on the toilet. The toilet lid was down and had no debris on it. When sheriff office personnel stepped onto the roof and back into the home, they tracked roof grit back inside. Oh, so baby, they were already setting them up for the okie doke. Okay, because they like, wait a minute. Let's see if we go out and come back in, if there's going to be anything under the bottom of our shoe. And it was. The Osefos had an ADT system and a Ring camera. The Osefos activated the ADT alarm system upon leaving for vacation. During the time that they were away, there was no motion detected inside the residence. There was activity such as package deliveries on the Ring camera that was monitored remotely by the Osefos. Investigation determined that on April 8th, 2024, the Osefos initiated 3 separate insurance claims for the theft. See, that was the biggest thing. Doing those 3 different claims: traveler's insurance, jeweler's mutual insurance, and home site insurance company for the alleged losses suffered while they were away. Edward Osefo gave recorded statements, child, to 2 of the insurance companies regarding a list of stolen items he provided. He was asked whether any of the items on the list had been returned, which he denied. He was asked if he had any other insurance, but failed to disclose to Homesite and Jewelers that he was also making a claim with Travelers Insurance. For Homesite, both Edward and Wendy Osefo signed a sworn statement of loss, which was notarized. Baby, once you look, that's legally binding. Once they put that notary symbol on there. The total amount of loss claimed on the sworn statement of loss was $2,500 for the building and $450,000 estimated for contents and personal property. He included an inventory of reported stolen items along with receipts for the purchase of most of the items on the inventory. That claim was denied. Okay, hold on, let's go to the next one. That claim was denied due to failure to disclose the policy with Travelers Insurance. In the original claim submitted on April 8th, 2024 to Travelers, Edward confirmed that he and his wife were wearing their anniversary bands when the loss occurred. However, Edward called Travelers Insurance on April 10th and said he needed to update their claim, stating that his wife's gold diamond anniversary band was missing. That same day, Travelers Insurance settled the claim for $25,380, which included the replacement price of the band, which was $4,500. Okay, so let's stop right here. Maybe they took the money and replaced it. What do y'all think about that? Do you think maybe they took the money that they got from the insurance company and replaced it? So when that picture was taken, which was just recently, this happened back in 2024. That picture was taken in 2025. I mean, because she had replaced it. You just never know. Okay, like I don't know, y'all. I'm just trying to see. Y'all think maybe they replaced it? Okay, let's continue. The same day, Travelers Insurance paid them. Okay. After the initial report claim on April 11, 2024, both Wendy and Edward signed and submitted letters to Jewelers Mutual Insurance claiming that the burglary occurred and items were reported stolen. At the request of Jewelers Mutual Insurance, the Osefos provided an initial list of 57 stolen items. Included on the list was Wendy's gold diamond anniversary band that was reported in the Travelers Insurance claim. And on April 22nd, 2024, Edward was interviewed during a recorded call and did not make any mention of the jewelry claim or payout with Travelers. Deputies were suspicious of the circumstances of the burglary and records from the stores where some of the items were purchased, along with social media and email accounts. Investigation determined that numerous items that the Osefos claimed were stolen had been purchased, then returned to the store where a full refund was provided prior to the alleged burglary. These items were valued in excess of $20,000. For example, there was a Dior shirt that was listed and stolen, valued at $1,450, but that shirt was returned on January 14th, 2023 for a refund. Baby, not y'all winning and taking it back, child. Y'all getting real regular schmegular. And a Gucci leather wallet that was purchased in 2018 and returned 2 weeks later for a refund of $948.70. I feel sad for them, y'all. They really were trying to keep up appearances. They are buying stuff and taking it back. That is insane. Additionally, while reviewing the social media Instagram account for Wendy Osefo, deputies observed photos of Wendy prior to the burglary wearing a diamond anniversary band on her left finger. This ring was reported stolen in the burglary. Okay. Well, then my theory is incorrect. Then, after the reported burglary on April 27th, Wendy Osefo is wearing the same ring on her left finger. The ring features multiple rows of diamonds and has a V shape on the side that separates where the rows of diamonds begin. That ring had been photographed prior to the burglary for an appraisal and matches the photo of the ring on April 27th, 2024. Deputies obtained email records for the Osefos, and on April 12th, Edward emailed the list of reportedly stolen items to Wendy. The email asked if there were additional high-value items we can add to this inventory listing, i.e. Chanel shoes, etc. I'm trying to get this is where he messed it up, child. Oh, Lord, this is where he took her down. I'm trying to get the total to exceed $423,000, which is our policy maximum. At the time of their arrest, a search and seizure warrant was executed. I bet those kids were so scared. For the Osefos' home, and deputies found at least 15 items that appeared to be the same ones claimed stolen during the alleged burglary. Investigation revealed the Osefos to be burdened by substantial debt. Edward and Wendy conspired to make fraudulent statements and provided misleading information in support of making the 3 insurance claims for financial gain. Wherefore, the state respectfully requests the bail remain the same at $50,000. Oh, Lord. So basically, it looks like they got what they need. Okay? It just looks like they got everything they needed. They have been watching them for a while. Watching and Wendy wearing her ring and not thinking anything of it. People pay attention to everything. Oh, child, a whole lot of detail. Do you hear me? Cam said, so the robbers brought their own ladder? Okay. Girl, that's the same thing I said. I said, now why would y'all say they broke in through the second window and then had to step on the toilet? Come on now, y'all should have at least had Eddie put on some old boots from the thrift store, go outside and get on the balcony or wherever it was and come back inside. Y'all didn't think this through at all. Okay, this is just insane. Oh, goodness. Hold on, let me get y'all's comments. Okay. My thing is, don't make a claim to different companies of the same thing. Then go back later to add stuff on the claim. Then adding stuff that has been returned to the store is diabolical. It was greedy and crazy. That is insane. Even if you lose, say, $600 in profit, would it still not be better than to do this dumb okay? It's really sad when you think about it. Manda, I agree. They didn't know how to live within their means. That's what I said in the middle of reading this. It really saddens me. It really does. Sapphire said, yeah, the refunds is so sad. How are they getting refunds with receipts and claiming on insurance? Baby, they were thinking of the most expensive items that they could think of. Elite said, why the F did they still have the items in their house? They could have at least made sure none of the items were in their house. Yeah, and that's what really got them caught up. Because, I mean, at least make sure they gone, child. Thank you for the super chat, Elite Leo. I saw an attorney's channel regarding this, and according to her, feds are coming for them. She said language used in court documents suggests the case will turn federal for money laundering, wire, and bank fraud. Wow. My account said, the lies. Where's Candy? Where is she at?
The lies. There you go. This bitch. The lies. The lies. There you go. This bitch. The lies.
Oh my goodness. Misha, please, not the boots from the thrift store, baby, because you can't have the kiss. He can't have his own regular boots. He got to get some other boots. He got to get his boots on the ground. They should have Justice Smollett to set this up. This was dumb. Okay, at least he got caught a little later. Baby, everybody getting caught. Listen, this is a lesson. In all seriousness, this is a lesson to everybody. If you ain't got it and you can't get Klarna, then don't get it. Okay? Okay, don't get it. If you can't get Afterpay, Zippity Doodah, whatever the hell else they getting out there for you to do it in installments, don't get it. It's okay to have a modest home. It's okay to have a paid off car. I don't give a damn if the car is 1996. If it still run, you in that thing. It is okay to not conform to fit whatever you see on these TV shows. You know, don't get me wrong. I love to get a good new wig, but sometimes I know the wig ain't in my budget. You know how many videos I got to do to get a wig? Sometimes I ain't got it in me. Okay, so it's going to be a slick back bun today. It's going to be a twist out today. This is a lesson to always just stop and take a beat and be grateful for what you have. It's okay that you want other things, but if it's not your season, then it's just not your season right now. And that is okay. Because this right here, I'm sure Wendy feels embarrassed. I'm sure she feels ashamed. I'm sure Eddie feels the exact same way. They probably have no idea what they were even thinking when they came up with this harebrained scheme. And now you could potentially be away from your children for years to come. There is no way she's going to come back to this show. Absolutely no way. She's not coming back to this show, child. You could forget it. You could forget it. Auntie Kim said they literally looked at their credit card statements and just added the returned items because they could use the statements as receipts. Girl, I ain't even think about that. Kim, you be on it. Girl, I ain't even think about that. You sure right. And Eddie, and can you imagine what her mama gonna say? Baby, the way her mama gonna be screaming and cussing them out. Because you know she wanted Wendy and her sister to be perfect. I bet her mama is blaming him. I bet his family is blaming her, even though they don't deal with her. And I know it probably just hurt them to their core to see Eddie all over the internets. This is a mess. Come on now. People need to understand what being able to afford something means. My hair been in a Bantu knot scarf for a couple of days, honey. These knotless braids can wait. I'd rather have groceries. Girl, and then the way they trying to charge for them damn knotless braids. $500 and $600. I remember when braids were a good $200. Knot or no knot. Okay, I was like, honey, I'm not paying that, child. This is crazy. Keisha said, this is so crazy and unfortunate for two good-looking, black, successful, educated people. It makes me sad just a bit. Yeah, in the grand scheme of things, this is a sensational story. Everybody's talking about it. Everybody's giving their input. But at the end of the day, all I'm really thinking about are those three babies, because it seems nobody's thinking about them, not even their parents. And I hate to be like that, but y'all did not think of those kids in the midst of all of this. And now their parents are plastered everywhere, and y'all could be away from your babies. And then now y'all got Ashley talking. Why y'all let Ashley talk? Y'all don't really, baby, I don't even care what you did with that company. You done pissed me off because now I got to listen to Ashley. And Giselle and Robin finna get over there in that damn Sleepy Time podcast, and they gonna get to talking. Baby, they can't warm them mics up fast enough. Do you know what they gonna say sitting over there on that Sleepy Time podcast this week? Oh, child. Why can I flip the $200 I spent on a pallet and turn it into 500 plus? But they can flip money, invest, stocks, Airbnb properties, passive income. Yeah, they could have gotten them some good old properties. You're right. Sister Divine said, as someone who knows a few scamming people, I can tell you that this involves more than them. The employee they use for these insurance claims and a lawyer if they had one. Really? You think they all knew? You think the insurance claim adjuster knew? I don't know, child. Gemini said, yeah, so disappointing. Those kids didn't deserve this. All I can think about is her little cute daughter. She got the biggest, cutest eyes to me. She just looked like a little deer to me, just as cute. And I know she going to be crying when her mama leave. Did y'all see the preview for Wife Swap? When they told them that Wendy was going to be going to another family, them kids started crying. Now, how you think they going to feel when both of y'all have to go away simultaneously? Y'all done pissed me off. Y'all done just pissed me off. It's almost time to wrap this up. They done pissed me off. Auntie Knows Kitchen. Ashley and the Green Eye Bandits are going to have a field day. Girl, when they get down to their reunion, that's all Andy going to talk about. Because y'all know Andy don't really like Wendy like that. I don't care what nobody say. I do not believe that he cares for Wendy in the slightest. Because why would they pull that episode? That's what I want to know. And she was hanging on by a thread. He started to like her a little bit at the last reunion because Karen was missing. And he needed somebody to, bounce things off of Giselle. So Mia got up and stomped on out with her jet skis on her damn feet. So he couldn't talk to Mia. Jacqueline, honey, girl, bye. Then Candace isn't there anymore. You have Kiarna, but what are you going to talk to her about? Greg? Child, goodbye. Stacy was just now coming on the scene. Ashley never gives anything. So, of course, Wendy and Giselle had to go back and forth. And so he appreciated that. But that's the extent of it. Like, they gonna go, child. Capricorn said, there are usually checks and balances in place at insurance companies. So the adjuster's manager probably had to approve some of the payments. And baby, they was approving some big payments, too. I remember when Hurricane Beryl came through here. And the renter's insurance, because, you can call and have them replace the things that you lost in your refrigerator. Child, they was trying to give like $100. And so I'm like, $100? What am I going to buy with this? I mean, I'm going to take it since I'm paying y'all insurance, but $100, really? Yvette said, I just asked, what is Andy saying and thinking about Wendy? He has Radio Andy. I cannot wait until somebody, he probably going to say something Monday because this happened on the weekend. Well, close to the weekend. So I'm pretty sure, almost certain, that he'll speak on Radio Andy on Monday. I'm hoping, because I want to know. Eddie may take full responsibility so that Wendy can be with the kids. Yeah, that is what a man in love with his woman and kids would do. You're right, B. Josephs. You're all right. You're right. And he loved him some Wendy. Auntie Kim said Eddie will be disbarred. Well, according to the people, He ain't practicing no way. And I think he was really getting, excited about his business. And felons can't have cannabis licenses. He really made, oh, girl, show can't. Kim, they need to put you on the case. Okay. Because, baby, when I tell you, you done thought about every conceivable angle, I didn't even think about that. Damn. They done messed up. I can't believe this. Wow. Romel said, I can see Eddie taking the blame so they stay out of jail. So she can stay out of jail. Yep. I can see that too. Wendy isn't likable to insecure people because her bragging on her degrees shouldn't have people in their feelings like it does. Girl, they hate it. I was like, I know that's right, baby. I was into that thing. It didn't make me, no, never mind. I don't know. I don't know if it's the way she came in. She came in hot. And I think did Ashley just have her son? I don't know. And she was arguing with Ashley and people were like, you don't even know Ashley. And I don't know. But baby, they hate every time she mentions a degree. That's an accomplishment. Don't nobody want to do all that school, y'all. I know I don't. Nurse Shelley said he sent the email to be sure he wouldn't go down alone if they got caught. I don't think that was his motive. I really think that she wasn't around. You know what I'm saying? I think that she wasn't near him. But why would he send it in an email instead of a text? But I'll trace the phone back too, child. It just didn't make any sense. Just talk to her when she get home, child. For me, it wasn't the degrees. It was annoying, but not enough to make me not like her. She's just kind of boring. If we really be real, all the housewives on Potomac are boring. Let's go through them. So you have Giselle, who doesn't have a storyline unless she's bullying somebody or making fun of them or hazing them. She thinks she's still on the yard, child. This is not your sorority days. Then you have Karen. Karen gets in the confessional and she does throw her shade. And, Karen gonna come in with her one-liners and stuff. She does add a certain something, but her individual story, it gives nothing. Unless she's like arguing with Robin or one of the girls or Sharice or whatever. If Karen doesn't want to give anything, she's not going to give nothing. Ashley never gave nothing. Never. If she wasn't attached to Michael, Ashley would have never lasted this long. It's something about Potomac where they don't want to switch these girls out. I don't know exactly what it is, but the girls are going to stay on Potomac. I don't know if it's because nobody else wants to come over there or what. They are afraid of Giselle. I don't know what's going on. But Michael Darby made Ashley interesting. People want to talk about how Peter made Cynthia interesting, how Candy's whole entourage, the OLG, how they made Candy interesting. Michael made Ashley interesting. We weren't talking about Ashley. We were talking about Michael cheating on Ashley. We weren't talking about Ashley. We were talking about the Thunder Down Under restaurant. We were not talking about Ashley. We were trying to figure out, why did Michael put his hands on these people? We were not talking about Ashley. She gives absolutely nothing. Moving on to Stacey. Child, Stacey just making up stuff and lying. But like I told them over on Patreon, it's a difference in the way she lies and the way that Mia used to lie. Stacey lies like a Disney princess. Like if she lies, she's going to fall out and faint, and then you have to give her an apple so she can wake up. Mia lies like, I don't know. It's just so raunchy and dark. And then she threw that liquor. I just can't stand her. So Stacey could be boring as well. Kiana has absolutely nothing going on outside of this feud with Wendy all of a sudden. But last season, she didn't really give much except that old weird man she was with. And then let's see. Is that it? We made it to the end of the road. And then we have Wendy. This is about the most interesting thing that she has done. Because when they go to Wendy's home scenes, it's never really, it's kind of fake. Like when she sat down and had a conversation with her mom, that was given fake. And then when she was talking to Eddie in this last episode, it was fake. So, I mean, I don't know. I just feel like they all give a little boring. Women with means and real wealth won't go on this trash show. So they have to keep the same girls. If they can bring some more women like Tia, new British lady, maybe more affluent women will join. You know why that's so funny? Because remember when Potomac had their pinkies in the air when they first premiered 10 years ago? Oh, we're not like the Atlanta girls. You sure ain't. I ain't seen all of them lined up to get booked into CB4. Child, anyway. Babe, Potomac thought they were so much better than the trashy, ratchet Atlanta girls. Honey, I can't tell. Okay. I knew when Wendy kept changing her face also. I'm still shocked. A pick me. Baby, she went on ahead and got her stuff together. Do you hear me? Jazzy said, tell us, Ashley, what do you got going for yourself except having a child for a man who likes pipe? Absolutely nothing. Okay. Atlanta girls wouldn't have got caught. Okay. Because we know some stuff is going. When that man pulled all that cash out and paid Phaedra in cash from his glove compartment, I knew then. I said, yeah, they letting Phaedra do whatever she wants. They let Phaedra do whatever she want to do. Phaedra, high class parks. Honey, they doing whatever they want to do over there in Atlanta. You hear me? Potomac is built on colorist and lies, but don't say colorist because you know how the fans be about that word. Baby, they be ready to burn you at the stake. And you know, it's so funny that you say that because I was talking about how I don't understand this, but this is what happens. So when you review these shows, you start to learn the show's fan base. And when I review Atlanta, they have their favorites, but it's kind of tame a little bit. But the funny part about it is that Atlanta in past seasons has been more entertaining than Potomac, in my opinion. But Potomac's fan base, which you would think would be the same as Atlanta, but it's not, they are so much more like, and you did this and you did that, and don't talk about this person. They get so mad. I do not know what that is. Their fan base is totally different. And they are very mean, honey. So nasty and so rude. They are mean. And I was like, wait a minute, these should be the same people from Atlanta. It's not. The same people that watch Atlanta is not the same group of people that watch Potomac. And I don't know how that works, but they are very mean. Okay. I'd be like, oh, honey, let me turn these comments off. I be wanting to turn the comments off, child. You can't say nothing. Even if I say, I didn't really like that dress Wendy had on. Yeah, that's because you're light skinned, probably. What are you talking about? I just didn't like the dress. It don't have nothing to do with that. Like, you almost be scared to enter Potomac review territory. If y'all don't believe me, ask some of these other reviewers. The people that watch this show, they get so upset. And I don't understand it. But then it's like Atlanta, they're going to have banter with you. And you know, they're going to go up for their favorites like Portia or Phaedra, you know, or whatever. But it's like at the end of the day, they can reflect and be like, you know what? Portia do be lying. You right, girl. Portia be lying, girl. You said it, Misha, she be lying. But on Potomac, baby, if they got a favorite, you bet not. And I do mean you bet not say nothing against her. Because that's just, it's going to be a problem. So I just try to, you know, give a little bit of laughter and a little bit of shade and get the hell on, honey. I barely wanted to do this video. I was like, I ain't got no time to be arguing with nobody. But I'm going to say what I'm going to say. Because the proof is in the, whatever this court document is, child. But we shall see when they have their day in court, which is set for November 7th. So they're both going to court November 7th to, I don't know what. I hope they don't hire that attorney that Karen had. Because both of y'all going in, okay? Potomac fans are just as atrocious as the cast. Baby, they are mean-spirited. Do you hear me? I have never, especially when Candace used to be on the show. Oh, honey, I used to dread y'all. I swear to y'all, my stomach used to be in knots. I even used to tell my son, I do not want to put this review out. Because if you say one thing they don't like, they will burn you at the stake. I just didn't like that. I'm like, y'all need to relax, honey. They are staying because their storylines are how they interact with each other more so than what they have going on personally, which is collectively nothing. Thanks for coming. Honey, it's giving absolutely nothing. I know that's right. Ready to Love Detroit City, November 7th. I am so mad at this. Why are they coming back so soon? The theme song is still playing in the background and we finna come back again? I'm not looking forward to it, but you know I'm going to be there front and center, honey, reviewing the show and whatnot. November 7th is just an arraignment. They will simply be setting dates. Okay. I don't know. I didn't know what exactly they were going to be doing, but I do remember November 7th. Sunshine and Flower said, I never realized that about Potomac fans. I didn't think they had fans. Girl, yes, they do. Ooh, Sunshine and Flowers, yes, they got fans. Okay? And they don't play. They do not play. The same people who watch Potomac are clearly the same people watching Love and Marriage Huntsville. Gotta be. Gots to be. Because you can't say no, you can't even joke. They just get mad. And I'm like, baby, this show ain't even giving nothing to be doing all that. Like, they were mad because I said something in this last review. I don't know, child. I be saying any old thing, okay? Whatever comes to my head, I just say it. But I don't know. I said something about, it was about Ashley. Because I didn't say anything mean-spirited about Stacey because I felt like they were being mean to her, talking about her breath and stuff. It just gave bully. And clearly, that's Ashley and Giselle's MO because over here on this, whatever that was, her singing in these smoky cigar lounges, singing all these damn cover songs and karaoke music, they were being rude and bullying then. Oh, we go. Zen Win is in the pen. We're making melodies, not felonies. Okay, Dr. Seuss, please hush. Okay, cut it. You think that's funny? And all these little corny people in here laughing with you? Y'all all corny, honey. I said goodbye and good night. I just stick to Housewives of Orange County at this point. Laugh out loud. May watch Miami or Beverly Hills if I'm bored. I love all of them except like Salt Lake City. I'm never watching Salt Lake City. Don't ask because I ain't watching it. And the reason why I don't watch Salt Lake City, because I know a lot of people be like, Misha, you need to get in on Salt Lake City. They good. I don't like the women. I don't like them. And I'm going to tell you exactly why. When all those Caucasian women let that woman break that glass in front of Mary, like she was finna cut Mary's face, and they didn't say not one thing. They didn't even go to that woman's rescue. They just looked at Mary like she was the scum underneath their shoe. I said, never again will you get a view from me. Never again. And I meant that. Then a few weeks later, that's when that whole thing came out about that lady Jen and how she was racist and this, that, and this. And I knew it. And I said it on my review. And people were like, just because she doesn't like Mary, if you are the only Black person in a space surrounded by others and somebody breaks a glass to get ready to act like they finna shank you and nobody says anything, that lady had to run out of that party by herself. And nobody said a word. Salt Lake City will never get nothing from me. When I say nothing, I do mean nothing. I don't even look over there. I don't even look in their general direction. Do you hear me? Now, I know that Mary is back. And, you know, now all of a sudden they like her or something. I don't know. They ain't getting no view out of me. Child, it ain't gonna happen. I never watched Salt Lake City, but somehow I know what was going on. So many people talk about it. They can't talk about it with me. I'd be like, child, don't tell me nothing about no Salt Lake City. I don't care about the women. Miss Misha, Mary is back and she is reading The Girls for Filth. But she was reading them for filth before she left. You know, Mary, she's so quirky, honey. They couldn't take it. Went over there and broke that glass on that black lady. Baby, no. Beverly Hills is my detox after watching such mess like Salt Lake City, Atlanta, and Potomac. I like to watch OC. But here lately, they've been getting on my nerves. I like Miami a lot. Miami be bringing it. They took that 8-year hiatus and then went over to the Peacock and then they, doubled back. But Miami be bringing it. They really do. Black women are never psychologically safe on these housewife shows. They will let someone assault a Black woman and just act like it's a random Tuesday. They sure will. And I was like, hell no. Okay? Well, that ain't gonna fly with me. I don't care what y'all doing over there. Y'all can be climbing a mountain in the snow in bikinis. I'm not watching. Okay, I could be passing out checks. I ain't watching it. Romel said, I'm done with Salt Lake City because it's the Lisa show. Everybody's beefing with her. Is that one that be drinking them Diet Pepsis or whatever she be drinking over there? Diet Dr. Pepper and eating Taco Bell? See, that's what I'm saying. Anyway. Sapphire said they did the same thing. Exactly. They sure did. Gonna throw that stuff in Gertie's face like that. They be getting out of hand. I couldn't be. Oh, y'all, please don't get me started. I couldn't be no housewife. I would never show back up because I would lose it. I would never, ever show back up. No. And I used to watch Married to Medicine and Love and Marriage. I stopped watching Love and Marriage Huntsville. I haven't watched them in years. I could not tell you what has gone on that show. The very last review I did is the very last episode I watched. I didn't watch it anymore after that. I'm just in a space where I have to protect my peace. I got a lot of stuff going on personally, and I just can't have no riffraff. I just can't. So I just don't even watch. I'm good. Tisha is just not that girl, so I'm done with Love and Marriage. Tisha still going down to the events. Child, it's a mess. Okay, so let me make sure I gave y'all everything I needed to give y'all all about Wendy, because I do have an early morning in the morning, so I want to get some sleep. Let me see. Let me see if I gave y'all everything. So we did this. I showed y'all what the ladies thought about it. Mia, Ashley, what's going on? Candace. Who else? Who else? Who else? Let me see y'all, because there might be some more breaking news. Every time you turn around, something is happening. Ever since this has come out. I wonder how Karen feels about this. Oh, did we listen to the press conference or no need? Do we need to listen to it or no? I don't even know how I'm going to do tomorrow. I'm going to be looking at it, but I'm going to be like looking at it, trying to dissect everything. Like, let me see what's going on. Okay, y'all want to listen to the press conference? Okay, let's see what they got going on with the press conference. Let's get into it. Let's get into it. Okay, this is what I'm going to do for that press conference, because it's 20 minutes long and I don't want to show it. I'm going to do it this way. Let's get into it. Okay, let's see. All right, y'all, let's listen.
Sheriff Jim DeWeese. Alongside of me is Carroll County State's Attorney Haven Shoemaker, and to his left is Mr. Alan Culver. He is special counsel to the Carroll County State's Attorney. We are here to announce the indictment and arrest of Wendy and Edward Osefo of the 1900 block of Turnberry Court in Finksburg, Maryland. Both Wendy and Edward are reality actors in the series The Real Housewives of Potomac, Maryland.
A reality actors? Sir, what the hell are you talking about? Now, he was pissing me off. I ain't like that little smug look on his face either. Reminded me of Ashley. And then he was so excited to answer questions. Well, y'all got any questions? What? Questions about what are you going to answer them? What made you think to double back? Why did you go outside and step on the roof and get back in and step on the toilet? Like, I don't want to hear nothing that you got. Reality actors. I don't really care to hear what you have to say, sir. I'm sorry. I don't give a damn. Yes, that was her address. That was crazy to me. I said, did he just dox her? It's hard out here, y'all. It's hard.
Which is filmed partially from their residence in Finksburg, Maryland, an hour away. On April 7, 2024, at approximately 10:13 p.m., deputies responded to a residence in the 1900 block of Turnberry Court in Finksburg for a reported burglary. Edward Osefo called 911 to report the burglary. Edward and Wendy Osefo, both from Finksburg, live at that address, and they have 3 school-age children. They reported that their home had been burglarized sometime between April 2nd and April 7th of 2024 while they were on vacation in Jamaica. The house would have been vacant at the time with no one house sitting. No one had a key to the residence, according to the Osefos.
This is the Patriot Power.
The Osefos claim that designer handbags and jewelry valued at more than $200,000 were missing from the primary residence bedroom upstairs. Responding patrol deputies handled the burglary according to policy and made contact with investigators with my major crimes unit to assist because of the dollar amount that was stolen. Crime scene investigators came to the scene the night of the report to process the scene for fingerprints, DNA, and anything of evidentiary value. And while I'm there, I want to thank the state police. They actually responded, and the superintendent of the state police, Colonel Butler, I want to thank him for working with us on the case and providing resources. It should be noted that the residence does have interior and exterior surveillance cameras. None of the cameras picked up any motion or indicated a breach inside of the house. Cameras also did not pick up any suspicious activity outside of the residence during the time the Osefos were away from the residence. Detectives also checked surveillance cameras from neighbors. No evidence of a break-in or suspicious activity was noted at the Osefos' residence. Patrol deputies and detectives found no signs of forced entry or physical evidence of a burglary, such as footprints, fingerprints, or any entry point. The Osefos alleged that the burglar came in through a second-story window into the master bedroom. There was no evidence inside the residence that someone made an attempt to get into the residence through that particular window. No evidence indicated that anyone attempted to enter the house. The bedroom upstairs where the theft occurred was ransacked, and mattress was thrown off of the bed onto the floor to give an indication that a burglary did occur. Initial responding deputies again called our investigators because of the high dollar amount that was stolen. After the initial report, following days, we made contact with 3 separate insurance companies that the Osefos used to insure their property, which is common with this loss, that this type of loss, that detectives actually communicate with insurance companies to share information. In the days following the initial report, the Osefos contacted detectives several times to provide additional information about the alleged burglary, evidence, and missing items. They also reported the loss to their insurance company. Again, the Osefos alleged and claimed that just over $200,000 in items were stolen from the burglary. Weeks after the alleged burglary, detectives discovered Mrs. Osefo had posted photos on social media wearing jewelry that matched items she had reported stolen, specifically a diamond anniversary band.
I'm trying to figure out who was watching the social media for so long to see that she posted wearing this ring. Baby, they were paying attention. And somebody else said this in the chat, not that we're helping to, commit a crime, but why would you be silly enough to leave the stuff in the house that you said was stolen? They got too comfortable and some time had passed. We're in 2025. This happened in April of 2024. So we're more than a year out. We're almost at the end of this year. So they probably thought, okay, the coast is clear. It is not. Okay, it is not. Child, I need to fast forward him too. He gets on my nerves. Let's continue.
Detectives were provided receipts by the Osefos for the loss of items that they had purchased dating as far back as 2018. On those receipts were email addresses. We had become suspicious that this was a false claim. On those receipts were email addresses, which detectives authored search and seizure warrants so that they could access both the Osefos' email accounts to attempt to acquire more evidence. The emails provided additional evidence that indicated this was a fraudulent claim, specifically Edward's communication with Wendy, and I quote, "Are there additional high-value items we can add to this inventory list? I'm trying to get the total to exceed $423,000, which is our policy maximum."
Them allowing them to take a look at their emails, that's what did them in. That right there, that specific line, because it implies that you were trying to make sure that you got the maximum. Just crazy. T. Hutch said, someone who is also an investigator said the investigation starts after the check is cut. I guess they know you'll get comfortable if you're a liar. Oh, really? Okay. Miss Brown Sugar said, that's the worst part to me. They are entirely too smart to be so stupid. Well, when you got so many book smarts, sometimes the common sense is lacking. And sometimes you think you're so smart, you're dumb. Let's continue.
Over the next several months, detectives worked diligently to verify the information provided and to locate the reported stolen property. It was later confirmed that Mrs. Osefo had returned several of those same items valued at over $20,000 to the place that she originally purchased prior to the alleged burglary. We can see as far back as 2018 and several items that had been purchased in 18 and receipts supplied to the insurance company, only those items had been returned to the purchaser or to the store that you purchased them from during the window in 2018 of the return policy. Meaning if it was a 90-day return policy back in 2018, she actually returned those items within that 90-day period. Those receipts were supplied to us, and those receipts were supplied to her insurance company and were alleged by the Osefos to be stolen in the original burglary. Based on a thorough investigation conducted by detectives in my office in coordination with Carroll County State's Attorney's Office, it became clear that the Osefos had fabricated the burglary and filed a false report in an attempt to defraud their insurance company. On October 29th, 2025, the case was presented to Carroll County Grand Jury, which returned indictments against both Edward and Wendy Osefo on multiple counts of fraud and false reporting. Both individuals were located and taken into custody at their Turnberry Court address on the afternoon of October 9th, yesterday, by the Carroll County Sheriff's Office detectives. Deputies executed a search and seizure warrant at the residence during the arrest. An additional 15 items that were believed to be reported stolen by the Osefos during the initial report were also located during that search and seizure warrant. Those items included jewelry and high-end handbags. The Osefos were booked.
One day stocks are soaring, the next day they're
into the Carroll County Detention Center and later released on $50,000 bonds, on a $50,000 bond. Real quick, I'd like to acknowledge the work that my office did, Detective Richie Harbaugh. My detectives, they're just absolutely amazing. Richie's one of the finest detectives on the planet. High praise for him. Also, Carroll County State's Attorney's Office, Mr. Shoemaker, Mr. Culver, and
Sir, please. It's other stuff y'all can be out investigating and really getting into. And you're so excited. Oh, he's one of the best on the planet. Why couldn't y'all figure out who that woman was texting over there on Catch a Catfish or whatever the hell that thing, that Netflix documentary was? Why y'all didn't find her faster? Even though they ain't got a damn thing to do with this. Why y'all didn't figure out that lady was texting her own daughter? Child done pissed me off. Oh, he's one of the best on the planet. Who cares? Okay, let's continue.
Melissa Hockensmith is who handled the case for the State's Attorney's Office and has been working with us diligently on this case. I'll now turn it over to the State's Attorney if he has some comments, and then we'll answer any questions you guys may have.
Okay, good afternoon.
But why the State's Attorney look just like Michael Darby? He looked just like Ashley's husband. That's probably why Ashley being shady. Thank you for the super sticker, Sunshine and Flowers. He got a loose fitting suit on. Let me show him to y'all right quick, okay? And I'm gonna hurry up and take him off the screen. Let me show y'all. Let me show y'all little Ashley husband. Look at him, and we're done. Looking just like you. Got that little loose fitting suit on. He finna get ready to say something with that little loose fitting suit. Let's listen.
In response to the various media inquiries that I've gotten today in connection with this matter, I've indicated to everybody, and I want to emphasize it again, as a threshold matter, that all persons are presumed innocent until proven guilty in a court of law. So I want to get that out front. As the sheriff indicated yesterday, the defendants were indicted by the grand jury for Carroll County in connection with Wendy Osefo. It was 7 counts of insurance fraud, 8 counts of conspiracy to commit insurance fraud, and 1 count of false statement to a police officer. They posted bail this morning. So also, in addition to what the sheriff alluded to a few moments ago, I'd like to note that the investigation of this matter, and I certainly want to give props to Detective Harbaugh, who worked in close proximity with my Deputy State's Attorney, Melissa Hockensmith, in connection with this matter. But the investigation determined that on April 8th, 2024, the Osefos initiated 3 separate insurance claims for the alleged burglary and theft that occurred at their residence. And those were against Travelers Insurance, Jewelers Mutual Insurance, and Homesite Insurance Company for their alleged losses. Mr. Osefo gave recorded statements to 2 of the insurance companies regarding a list of stolen items. He was also asked whether any of the items on the list had been returned, which he denied.
That's another thing too. When he gave the recorded statements, and you know everything you do now is on a recorded line, so okay. And then when he lied about them not being returned, knowing that they were, and the 3 claims to 3 different insurance companies. Yeah, that was a lot. Maybe if y'all would have just hit up the homeowners or whatever, it would have been different. But y'all went to the Travelers and the this and the that. Hell, I barely be wanting to talk to them if I miss a flight. I'm like, okay, child, they're going to be like, why did you miss the flight? And then you got to come up with all these things. So, this is something totally different. Oh, and shout out to all the Libras. It is y'all season, honey. It is Libra season. Happy birthday to all of the Libras. Honey, shout out to you, Sunshine and Flowers. Thank you for the super chat. Happy birthday, Libras. Okay, let's get back into it. Let's get back into it. Everybody who's had a birthday recently or will have a birthday here, in a few, happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday to you. It's y'all's time, honey. Let's get into it if we gonna get into it. Happy birthday to all the Libras. Okay, let's get into the mess.
He was asked if he had other insurance but failed to disclose to Homesite and Jewelers that he was also making a claim with Travelers. For a Homesite insurance, both Edward and Wendy signed a sworn statement of loss, which was notarized. The total amount of loss claimed on the sworn statement of loss was $2,500 for the damage to the building itself and $450,000 estimated for contents and personal property. He included an inventory of reported stolen items along with receipts for the purchase of most of the items on the inventory. That claim was denied due to the failure to disclose the policy with Travelers. And in the original claim submitted on April 8th, 2024 to Travelers, Edward is alleged to have confirmed that he and his wife were wearing their anniversary bands when the loss occurred. However, Edward called Travelers on April 10th, 2024, and said he needed to update their claim, stating that his wife's gold diamond anniversary band was missing. So that same day, Travelers settled the claim for $25,380, which included the replacement price of the band, which was $4,500. After the initial reported claim on April 11th, both Wendy and Edward signed and submitted letters to Jewelers Mutual claiming the burglary occurred and items were reported stolen. At the request of Jewelers Mutual, the Osefos provided an initial list of 57 stolen items. Included on the list.
Damn, 57 items. Oh, yeah, they meant to reach that maximum payout. 57 items. And then the amount of money, $450,000, y'all. Oh, my gosh. Oh, Wendy, I wish I could just turn back the hands of time for you, girl, and just have y'all stop in your damn tracks. It was not even worth all of that. I don't know why y'all came up with this. I don't know who came up with this. I don't know what you were thinking, but whatever is in Happy Eddie, y'all need to close that business down, honey. It's messing with your faculties. Y'all can't think straight. This is ridiculous. And Angel said, this is a mess. The fact that they had a whole press conference about this is wild. I know they ain't the first people to allegedly commit insurance. Okay. An entire press conference. But you got to remember, they're a public figure. Well, Wendy's a public figure. So, of course, this is happening and people can't wait. I was shocked when they put out all that footage, that body cam footage of Karen. I was super shocked. And now Wendy is following right in her footsteps when on the very first episode, the first thing Giselle said was, every day I wake up and I'm like, Karen's in jail. And Wendy immediately said, I think about that too. Now you're going to have to think about your own self waking up in jail. Wendy. And then it's really pissing me off because she looks so pretty in this picture and it's making me even more mad. Child, let's continue.
Was Wendy's gold anniversary band that was reported in the Travelers claim. On April 22nd, Edward was interviewed during a recorded call and did not make any mention of the jewelry claim or payout with Travelers. So essentially, I know that the burden will be on my office to show that Edward and Wendy conspired to make fraudulent statements and provided misleading information in support of making the 3 insurance claims for financial gain. I'd also note that some folks may view insurance fraud as an innocuous crime since it only affects insurance companies. That's certainly not true. Insurance fraud affects all of us in the form of increased premiums that we all bear, so we take those offenses very seriously. Thanks.
What do you got, anything?
What was it that initially made you suspicious again? Can you describe what was it that, was it when your office?
What's so fabulous?
Saw no damage to the house, or was it when they started digging into this more?
I think a little of both, because we had responded there with patrol deputies, which is customary for a response like that. But when patrol deputies got there and started walking around and looking at the evidence, they immediately called investigators who showed up at the scene, primarily because it was a dollar amount issue. But when deputies got there, they started digging into the house a little bit. And as good cops do and detectives like them, were a little suspicious when they got there. But they started working it like a traditional burglary. So they were treating it like it was a real burglary. As they started to navigate the next couple of weeks, starting to speak with the insurance companies and share information, they became more suspicious that this may be a fraudulent claim or a fabricated incident. But it was really when a couple of weeks later they saw some of the
Is it because there was no physical evidence, or is it because you can't believe they had such high dollar value items? Because I'm wondering if, because he keeps, oh, the good detectives and good cops, and please, y'all ain't hitting no, okay? But I'm wondering if it's because of how outlandish the setup was. You wanted them to believe someone came through your small bathroom window, stepped onto your toilet, entered your bathroom, your primary bathroom, went into your room, ransacked the place. What was their reason for pushing your mattresses and things off of the bed? Do people still hide things under the mattress in 2024 or 25? I don't know. I feel like um her being who she is, the dollar amount would not set off an alarm in my head. I guess that's what I'm trying to say. Like if I came to a housewife's home and I would say, well, what was stolen? I got Birkin bags and Giuseppe's that are missing. And I would think, oh, she's a housewife, or she's on TV, or she's, I wouldn't, bells wouldn't go off for me. But I'm thinking it's because of the way it was set up. I think that may be what it was. Let's see. The more complex and the dollar amount of the claim, it goes to a different department as a regular theft claim. Okay. I think it was both. They were messy in putting this scheme together. They clearly didn't call Todd. Okay. And they ain't called Todd because Todd over there putting that movie together. Don't bring your man to Atlanta. Okay. I can't wait till he come to Houston, because I'm sure gonna go down there and I'm gonna watch that movie and I'm gonna review it and bring it to the peoples. But yeah, this clearly ain't got nothing with that. This ain't got Todd written on it. Okay. Because they would have got away with it if it wasn't for the meddling kids. A. Grant said, I'm wondering if the crime scene looks suspicious and couldn't find the burglar that doesn't exist. No, this A. Grant, listen. They said that the burglar, okay, came through the second story bathroom window. Now, who the hell decides to break in on the second floor? But there's no ladder. The grass looks freshly manicured. The window, there's no forced entry. And there's no footprints on the toilet. Was it a fairy? Like, who came in there and did this? That's insane. That is insane. Back up a little, Misha. Someone broke in a community where burglars barely happen. Y'all want us to believe that? That's true too, Jazzy. I thought you meant back up from the mic. I'm like, I'm too loud. But no, you meant back. You went back up in the story. So nobody ever breaks in over here. Okay. And then y'all the first people to get broken into. Yeah, that probably set off alarms too. Damn, I'm trying to help y'all. It ain't no way. It ain't no way. It ain't no way. It ain't no way I can help y'all. It ain't no way. Little baby said it was a fairy. Yep. It was a fairy. Honey, it had to be a fairy. Because what else was it? Houseway. Did they climb the walls? Spider-Man, honey, did they? No debris, like when the cops reenacted the crime? I told y'all, world's dumbest criminals. This was so damn stupid. Wendy, girl, damn. Yeah. The more that I think about it, the more infuriated I get. Hell, if they were gonna do that, Charlie should have asked the opinion of the kids. Honey, kids know how to be sneaky if they don't know how to do nothing else. Y'all know dang gone well that this didn't make no sense. Now, I'm wondering, did they stage the entire thing? Because this is what I was thinking about. Because I'm really trying to, I don't know, y'all. Like I said, when all the facts come out, then we'll see. Same with Karen. But I'm really trying to think about if they thought all this up and then put this together, or if somebody really did break in their house and took one thing, but they said they took 57 things. You know what I'm saying? Like, do y'all think if there was a break-in at all, or all of this is made up? Which one? Okay, so let me see. They thought this was Mission Impossible, breaking into that house scot clean. Okay, this ain't no, y'all ain't no damn MacGyver. Y'all remember MacGyver? I am Miss Golden T said, that's what I said. No crime in the area, but y'all got crime. And then you gonna make sure you the black people that got the crime. If you don't sit, they finna piss me off. They finna piss me off. Y'all gonna make sure y'all the ones to get the, okay, so ain't no break in. Okay. Nafel said, it's all made up. They found no evidence of a break in at all. Me too, DL. She said, I love MacGyver. Attack of the Titans. All of it's made up. They're so, shut up. That's so stupid. I wish I had that Nene meme. Most subdivisions have a gate and a guard. Yeah, and the way let's go back over here to the TikTok and look at how beautiful this neighborhood is. You know for sure they got a gate and a guard somewhere up and through there. Look at how beautiful it was, all a dream. Okay. Yes, Nay, you know we still going, girl. We about to end this thing here in a minute. Now look at this neighborhood, y'all. The lawns are so beautiful. This looks like a movie set. Baby, ain't no way I'd be acting a fool. The way I would roll into my driveway and get somewhere and sit down, there is absolutely no way. You're going to ruin the lives of you and your children. And for what? A quick money grab? That's what happened to them people that was taking all them damn PPP loans. That's insane. This looks like it's just so nice looking. It's so pretty. It seems calm and serene. All that foolishness ain't going on up in there. Whoever's shaking this camera, honey, they shaking the table. If they don't stand still. Now, I don't like the fact that they getting all up in the front of this lady's house like this. That's insane. Okay? Y'all can relax. But yes, if you look at that neighborhood, you know that it's gated. You know it. Okay? Miss TG59 said the next show they'll be on is America's Dumbest Criminals, with the way they claim this break-in happened. Just silly. And then it's so funny, they made them believe that it was targeted. Y'all heard Wendy? Yeah, and according to the investigators, it was targeted. Y'all targeted, all right. Now you got a target on your back because they don't believe anything that you have said, but they're going to let you think that they believe you so that they can get all the evidence that they could gather, and your ass is grass. That is insane. Hold on, let me see. ARP21 said, or ARP21 said, this was so dumb on their part. I heard she's facing 100 years in prison. 100 years in prison time, technically. 100 years? You mean 10 years? Because, baby, what? Because frauding over 400K is actually a lot, and there's heavy prison time for it. I saw 15 years. Now, I don't know how true that is, but that's what I saw. They might get divorced. Live by design. That's what I was wondering. I hope they're strong enough to stick together through this, because y'all did it together. So don't start turning on each other. Okay. So I'm wondering how things are going to pan out, because like I said, when stuff like this happens, people start turning on each other and you just never know. Okay. Belisha said, I'm sure they never told her they were targeted. You don't think so? I can see them telling them that. Oh yeah, it looks like you guys were targeted because we never have break-ins over here on these in these parts. So you say you're what? You're a housewife? Yeah, look, here's my Instagram. I'm Andy Cohen. I remember when Karen trying to convince them cops, Andy Cohen. He named me the Grand Dame. Baby, they'd be quick to tell somebody they're a housewife. So he probably was like, oh, you're on TV. Oh, yeah, well, then it probably was targeted. I believe they did tell him that just to get them off their scent. Like, yeah, it's targeted. All right. I got something for you. Okay. Insurance adjuster here. All it takes is running an ISO report to see they double dipped. Oh, girl. See, here's the information right here. Thank you, Stacy Butler. Here's the information, honey. So don't y'all try it. Once you go one place, please don't go another. Please don't go another. I actually had a friend go to prison because what she did was, you know how when something happens with your car and they total it and they cut you a check, the insurance company cuts you a check, or if something happens and you have to go get the damages fixed or something like that. Some kind of way she got the check and cashed it, but she also got the car fixed. It was some kind of fraud she had mixed up with that insurance company, honey, with that car. And baby, they locked her smooth up. 7 years. I ain't gonna never forget it. I said, see, that's why I don't mess with that kind of stuff. That's why I'm still got that car out there with that hail damage. They didn't want to pay. I said, that's fine. I'll drive it right on around, honey, hail damage and all. I'm not finna play. No, I'm not finna play them games. It's not even worth that quick amount of money. She took that check, she cashed it, and then I think she was supposed to, it was either she was supposed to give it to the people to fix it, and she claimed she did, and she cashed the check. It was some kind of way she got mixed up with that check, but she got 7 years though. That was back in 2013. Yeah, with car insurance. Yep. Because you know they be doing that stuff where they'll stop and stop right in front of you so you can hit them so they can claim it on the insurance and get the money. It's a girl that I used to work with that used to do that all the time. She was like, "You want to make a quick $5,000?" I absolutely don't. Gonna go to no damn jail for no $5,000. Girl, what? You are insane. My nerves would be too bad. Absolutely not. Insurance companies run background checks. Check to see if you owe any debt, have criminal charges. They can find out anything. They call each other and share info about claims too. Yeah, and another thing they do too is like when you be lying, like when they say, "Do you currently have insurance?" And because you get insurance cheaper when you already have insurance, and then you lie and say, "Yes, I currently have insurance." They can see that you don't. So just go and tell them you ain't got no insurance, honey. Okay, so Progressive can get you where you need to go. Okay, please quit playing. Fed time is exact time to serve nothing less. Oh Lord. Okay, I need some I need some ginger ale, child. My nerves bad. Okay, my nerves is extremely bad. Okay, let me see. You people need to watch the Thomas Crown Affair. This is what the Osefos were doing. Where can we watch the Thomas Crown Affair, EC 1153? Where can we watch it? Yeah, she got 7 years, honey. They cut her a big check. I don't know how much that car was worth, honey, but she sure got 7 years. I ain't gonna never forget it. They will be digging into the Osefos background. Brace yourselves, people. Listen, all I know so far is that the Capital One people did a little something. It was only like $1,200. They won. Wendy had to pay it. Then the hospital wanted $900. They won. Wendy had to pay it. Regular schmegular degular stuff that happens to everyday people. Sometimes we fall short. Sometimes we ain't got it, and it happens. So I'm not gonna sit here and be like, y'all didn't have it, and baby, their medical bills piling up over there. Do you hear me? They can call all day long. Ain't gonna get it. Never gonna get it. Never gonna get it. Never gonna get it. Never gonna get it. I ain't got it. Okay. I don't got it. So I saw that, but that is the extent of what I know. I don't know how much other debt they had. Of course, I'm sure they had several hundreds of thousands of dollars in student loan debt. But I don't know. I guess my mind is saying with one of her housewives checks, they can pay off their student loans. Because hell, if that's the case, we all be locked up. Because I know my student loans ain't being paid right now. Did Aneka say that Wendy and Eddie were scammers when she was on Potomac? No, she didn't. No, she just said that Wendy wanted to be the only one. She didn't want Aneka to, come in and steal her shine. But she never said anything about them being scammers. It doesn't sit right with me that money crimes attract a higher sentence than crimes against people. They sure do. Because I'm looking at some of this stuff that's going on now, 5 and 6 years. I'm like, that's it? Hell. Lee said, Wendy gonna have to get a job at the local Walmart. She can't. Girl, bye. So why she can't be on the registers? She gonna be a stalker. Baby, I would fly to wherever she worked and come down that aisle, honey, to see her rolling back the prices. I'm like, Wendy, don't let them get you down, baby. Okay, you used to hold a champagne flute and don't let nobody tell you different. Lee, you are crazy. Adjusters have so many claims to handle that sometimes people fall through the cracks. That's why I'm no longer an adjuster. Too many claims, not enough adjusters. Great pay, but stressful. Do they pay well? Really? I never knew. Belicious said Katie Roth said she was called. Girl, I saw that. She said she gonna call the president. Katie, just rest. Okay. Get somewhere and lay down. Get somewhere and lay down. What's worse, Alyssa said, what's worse is in this administration, girl, why was I thinking the same thing? You gonna act a fool in this administration? That's what you thought made sense? Gives Wendy and Eddie aren't natural born citizens, but were naturalized. And Trump is talking about stripping citizenship for crimes for naturals. They didn't think that far ahead. They didn't think that far ahead. It was just about getting the money, get that bread, get that head, then leave. That's what they was trying to do. They had zero thought about anything other than that. Akila said, so if the claims were denied, the $400,000 claim, how can they still be prosecuted? I don't know. I'm assuming because the 16 charges were for like 16 different items that they claimed were stolen. So I don't know how they're going to do it, honey. We shall see. My God, today. Girl. Princess Di said, and Nneka said something about their family being cursed or something like that, according to, oh no, Ashley said that. Ashley came up with that mess and then she gave it to Nneka and she repeated it or something like that. It was one of those. Ashley brought it up like, what does this mean? And then Nneka said it and Ashley started that whole mess. That's why I can't stand her. Claim handling is a soul crushing job. Okay, well, I'm gonna leave that alone, honey. I'm gonna leave it alone. For conspiracy, that's how. Planned it and still made the claim whether it was denied or not. Katie Pop said, but didn't they commit the crime under the other administration? Well, technically they did, but we over here now. So, I mean, we got to work with what we got, which ain't much. Mama Jamma said they had to be desperate to try this. Who they? Oh, the mafia? I don't know. The way they're looking on the mugshot pictures, I wouldn't be shocked. Wendy is giving mob wife. She be fighting in the streets and everything else, honey. She gonna get you together. Do you hear me? Where's Kamala? Honey, resting. Toya said the curse was a rumor when Wendy first got on the show. Was it? The thing is, I can't really remember when Wendy first got on the show. The only thing I remember is them going on that trip and she was arguing with Ashley and she was talking about how she left her baby at home. That is the only thing I can remember from when Wendy and Karen saying that she didn't know Wendy. That's it. Y'all think that's why Karen said she ain't know Wendy? I don't know. What's the backstory? Now I got to figure out what the backstory is. But yeah, I don't know. But there y'all have it, honey. That is all things Wendy Osefo and this mess. I mean, the housewives have spoken out, some of them. Mia and Ashley, of course. Nobody liked Wendy on that show. And they still don't. I don't care how Giselle is getting her redemption arc. I don't care what she says. She don't like Wendy. And I'm pretty sure she's going to have something to say. So we'll see that when she gets over on the Sleepy Time podcast with Robin. And of course, Ashley always has to be shady. She finally she's done started wearing wigs, honey. You can't tell her nothing. I'm glad she put them damn TikTok dances down. Mia, please pay attention to Atlanta and Bobby Valentino, okay? We pay attention to him. We don't give a damn. Candace, you tried it, but you didn't know what was going on at the time. So I'm just going to say, Candace, you tried to save your friend, honey, but it really wasn't about what you're saying. They weren't being targeted. They did it to themselves, allegedly. But I know it's shocking and you wanted to talk, and it just, sometimes you just have to say no comment. I don't know. I don't want to comment on something that I'm just finding out. And that's just that on that. Karen is still hiding because she just got out of the slammer. She's still getting her wigs together. Katie is trying to call the president. Girl, what are you talking about? Please put the phone down. Somebody please take the phone. Who else do we have? And that's just that on that. That's it. Oh, Jacqueline. She said Wendy was the only person to congratulate me on being pregnant. Girl, don't nobody care about you getting pregnant by the third man you done met. What does that have to do with this? Wendy was the only one that called me. This is not about you, Jack Attack. This is not about you. I was like, what is this? Y'all shouldn't even post this, honey, because Jacqueline be so confused. Remember when she used to always try to get Mia out of trouble, but she would get Mia in more trouble? Jacqueline, just be quiet. Just be quiet, honey. Just be quiet. And then we have Portia. Okay, don't make me call Portia. Talking about she just went and got a replica. You worry about Simon. Okay, and what y'all gonna do with that house? Because he's suing you every chance he get. He's suing you. He said you can't go to Daddy December. And you said I'm going to go no matter what because I got sponsors. I said what I said and I ain't changing it. And y'all fighting. So worry about how to get rid of Simon. Okay. And then that's what you need to focus on. No other housewife has said anything else. If any other news breaks, then we'll reconvene here. No, Jacqueline is not pregnant right now. But when she was pregnant, she had her baby already. Remember she was pregnant on the reunion? She said Wendy was the only person to call and congratulate her. Girl, anyway, don't nobody care about that. Okay. We really don't. And that's just that on that. What else can I say? Y'all, tomorrow night is Potomac. I'm just so nervous. I don't even know if I want to watch. I'm gonna watch. Y'all know I'm gonna watch and I'm gonna give a whole lot of detail, but I'm just so nervous about watching it now that this is hit the fan. Wendy. Well, Wendy and Eddie, I wish you the best. And I don't know the outcome of it. So I won't say what you're going to get and sentenced to. I don't even want to speak that into your existence. This was the wrong choice to make. If in fact you are guilty, I wish you would have thought about your children because now they're going to be affected by this if you do go away. Okay, for any amount of time away from a kid, it's a lot. If you go away for a week, it's a lot. For a day, it's a lot. So now y'all have to bear this burden. I'm pretty sure they're not sleeping. They put out these statements saying that they're in good spirits and they're in good spirits and they thank you for the outpouring of support. They are not in good spirits. I can almost guarantee you they are not in good spirits. Wendy probably so nervous, honey, she can't even open up her phone because she's everywhere. It's just a mess. Niece said, so they did insurance fraud? That's what's being alleged, niece. That's what they say. That's what they say. So, I don't know. Sleepy Panda said, I'm surprised they did not put the show on hold like the wife swap. Well, they picked the cameras back up to get some of the reactions, and we saw tacky Ashley saying whatever it is she says, and Mia want to be relevant so bad. She done went over there and got Bobby Valentino. Girl, worry about them hotels he traipsing up and through, running away from them people. Worry about that. Okay? Don't worry about what's going on over here. You're not on the show. I say good day. Anywho, y'all, this has been a really good live. Thank y'all for joining me for the mess. We have officially been on here for 2 hours and 50 minutes. And if you are a member of my Patreon, you know that I can talk all night. Listen, if you're not a member of Patreon, give it a shot. Come on over there. I do stuff like this all day, every day. Y'all better tell them in this chat, honey, if you're a member of Patreon. I drop tea all day long. Okay? Story times, tea. There are so many segments. We do watch alongs, and I'm talking about we actually watch TV together. Like they watching the screen and I'm watching the screen at the same damn time. We watch movies. We do all kinds of stuff on my Patreon. So just go to patreon.com or you can download the app /Misha IMO. Come on over, honey. Come on over and join the fun. Okay? Come on over and join. Thank you, Lee, for subscribing. Welcome to the Opinionated Family, girl. So yeah, Toya said, this is the longest live I've seen you do. Oh no, Toya. Baby, we had a marathon live over on Patreon on a random Wednesday. It was like a 7-hour live. Then just yesterday, we had a 3-hour live because we were talking about this. Then the live before that was 6 hours. Then we had a 4-hour live. Baby, I'll be talking. The only reason why I'm finna get off right now is because I have to be up somewhere early in the morning. Because I can talk all night. Because there's a whole other thing I want to talk to y'all about. Because Britt Eady is talking about Shamia has some kind of tape on the internet. And y'all know what kind of tape I'm talking about, okay? And then she made an allegation about Kelly. It's just so much drama. Okay, it really is. So yeah, y'all come on over to the Patreon if y'all want to get into it as we get into it. But I'm going to try to do more lives on YouTube as well. And I appreciate y'all for not being, because sometimes the chats be a little iffy. People be coming over and saying all kinds of crazy stuff that they don't need to be saying. But y'all are always so respectful. So my chat always runs smoothly. It's probably a few people that come in and say a little crazy stuff, but I don't never catch it because we keep it positive over here. Okay, sweetie. Wendy, like I said, girl, I wish you the best, but girl, you done pissed me off. And on that note, I will catch y'all on the flip side. And as always, stay safe, stay blessed, spread love, not germs. Peace. Night, night, y'all. Thank y'all for the super chats. Thank you so much. Meet me tomorrow for the Real Housewives of Potomac. I'm going to dissect how Wendy looking and whatnot. I'll see y'all later. Bye, y'all.